winning a tournament. Super New not going to be playing this week, however. But again, there's just, UMISHO, stealthy with the new Axel. He's got to be happy right now, right? Mfcr, Marvelo, Tempest, NYC, of course, part of Team Mike and Ike, and then Red Ditto being part of Team Anytizers. Bean being officially picked up by AOC, which is super cool to see. Nitro, Newmanheimer, Darkrai, I mentioned Adventure already, Diaphone, Razzo, Solstice, Hotashi, and SQ rounding that out. And so, yeah, this is, we say this every time, right? Like, I know it's been a while since I've been back here, but, every time you see these names, this is a top 16 bracket of any tournament that you can see. And we are starting off right away with UMISHO going up against Stealthy, the Happy Chaos, the nerfed Happy Chaos going up against Axel. So let's see how well Stealthy can manage this fight.
You said it like a YouTube video. Is Happy Chaos nerfed? We've just seen recently that Happy Chaos can deal with some BRC situations that other characters cannot.
Yeah.
But I think that's also people are just wanting this character to get banned. But there is a way to fight this character. Right now, it's going to be hard to find outside this corner, hold this door after the Slump Dog Millionaire. Oh, she's still right there, and that's it.
Yeah, again, look, you can nerf the character, but you can't nerf the player, right? UMISHO obviously still very strong and, is really, really good no matter what you do to the character. But again, I still say nerf with a question mark because Happy Chaos obviously still such a strong player, such a strong character.
Yeah, the character definitely takes, it takes a good pilot, but once you have your hands on the wheel at 2 and 10 and you're perfect with it, honestly, it's looking long for a lot of people. But Stealthy doing a good job of applying those great buffs, forcing out the burst from Umi from a distance, putting a little bit of stank on them, and goes immediately for the super situation. Considering that if you do that stanks, it fades away on the tension, it puts you in danger time. I like that Umi immediately uses the bar.
Yeah, but here we go into the corner, going to send him through the wall with the super, get the hard knockdown, and then just basically be one mix-up away from taking game number 1. Let's see if Stealthy can survive. And actually, UMISHO just decides to go for the full screen zoning. You see Stealthy trying to go for the command grab to catch him by surprise, but gunshot just a little too fast.
Just a little too fast? This character, from downtown. One of the best close I feel like it for this game actually exists on these screens right here. Axel, if you needed it with the 5P, but the health differentials were in favor of Happy Chaos. And from downtown, the shots, even though they're weakened, will definitely do what they have to do. And honestly, Happy Chaos, I tried to play this character this weekend, and I was like, bro, my hands do not work. I do not understand how Umi does it. I really don't. I don't understand how Happy Chaos players do it. Maybe I need to spend more time with this character, but oof.
Happy Chaos, that's the one thing that I will always say about that character. This is not an easy character to pilot, for sure. Obviously very strong, but no matter what you can say, Happy Chaos, as good as this character is a very difficult character to use. You have to I swear you have to basically be multitasking with playing one character.
That is true. There's a lot of resource management that has to go in with this character, but you are very much rewarded when things get going and flowing. But right now, Stealthy has Umi up in the corner, and we talked about how good their defense is. They get the side switch, they're out of the 2D knockdown, concentration, bad situation, off the dust, the dash cancel. Ooh, slump again.
Yeah, gonna keep him slumped in the corner over there, keep the pressure going. That is definitely something UMISHO did after the first quote nerfs to Happy Chaos. It's good though, right? Because you don't want them to delete characters from the game, right? Like they've done to Potemkin. But you don't want them to
Chat, get him! Chat, get him! Just like Stealthy.
Just like Stealthy, yeah, exactly. Oh man!
I want to see that same aggression that Stealthy's putting on Umi right now on James Shin. But in the end, right here, Stealthy finally getting a win and finally getting a round on the board. It's just that you have to stay in that mid-range game, which is kind of hard to do. And Umi switching it up in terms of the pressure to the dashing situation and getting up close and personal.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, that's just the thing, right? I'm a zoning character. Well, you're going up against a character who just shoots across the screen, like instantaneously, right? So it's like, how do you zone against this? And then, of course, there's the tap dust into the slump here. Oh, a trade, which might actually work out for Stealthy. As you said, as you can see, it gives Stealthy a little opportunity here, but I love the counter PRC, but can he keep the mix-up going? Stealthy gets the delayed sweep and the throw. Here we go.
This aggression.
One more good hit for the wall break.
Can he get it? Back it off a bit. Oh, clipped it before the shot could rock. You are so probably happy that the stank wasn't on, no concentration, and none of that bad situation. That could have been bad. But the whiff shot, that's when you have to go in, and Stealthy understands it. When there is no stank on you, the shot may whiff. You know, the RNG may not come through with you in the clutch like that either way. Stealthy, clipping that 2S into fireball or gunshot, and surviving.
So Stealthy on the board here, 1-1. All right, so Stealthy. Now remember, Stealthy was what was it, top 3, I think, in season 1's offline finale. So Stealthy, obviously, very, very strong player with Axel. Axel, during season 2 here of Series E, was definitely a lot weakened, so I'm really excited to see Stealthy continue this action during the course of the entire season 3.
You ain't lying. I really like the fact that this character they feel like they operate a lot better. I say this as soon as the counter comes through, and Umi's putting on a Clement side switch with it. Hold this throw back in the corner, you go. And that right side of the screen, it's gonna be difficult for Stealthy to find a way out.
But I mean, it still worked out. It still worked out, and that's why it's beautiful that rainwater over there actually pulls him in, bursts at the last second. But look at that, Stealthy almost caught up in life just like that, but gets shot from the other side of the screen right before that 2H was able to find its mark, just in time.
A little bit quicker on the draw, just a little bit quicker, James. Oh, look at the anti-air right there. And the pickup. And this is what gets really dangerous. It's not the damage, it's the positioning that Umi gets. And of course with the resources, but here's Stealthy with the side switch, rainwater.
Yeah, you see right there what the benefit of that, vacuuming in now. She didn't do anything. So that's gonna be a full punish right there. Wow, just shoot him up to get the slump. Did you see I unloaded like all 6 bullets in that sequence right there?
It was wild. Umi still can make this happen, but maybe not this round. They're going down. The Axel Palmer and gets that last hit to do it. Stealthy doing a good job again, being aggressive enough where the shots are not happening in the RNG in their favor, because obviously you need the curse to pull through the worst. You need that curse to make sure the shots are coming through in the quickness and make sure you're landing those. Man, that's disallowed by Stealthy. As I say this, Stealthy's getting pieced up in the corner. Look at these knockdowns.
It's just the tap dust, yeah. And Stealthy knows that you can cover the tap dust with a gunshot. Didn't try to do anything afterwards, but still got hit afterwards. Through the wall. Is this enough? And it is. UMISHO, game number 3, goes up 2-1.
This just looks like a painful match. Like if you even whiff a button as Axel, I feel like that recovery just is allowing a shot to clip, and it's happened quite a few times. And we have seen Stealthy come through in the clutch a little bit. Some of that, no curse, you're doing good, but also that was put on because of the fact that he had so much aggression, so much, heat coming through that wasn't able to happen. No, the curse situation was able to happen. Now Umi's like, cool, I'll just play up close and personal. That's fine by me. I'll just CQC. And now we see Umi on game point.
Yep. Position UMISHO very familiar with, and a great start. But there we go, finds the 2K2D. Stealthy gets the crouching kick into the sweep. Tries to advance forward, but just gets shot from the sky. There's the mix-up, forcing the burst out of Stealthy. All right, Stealthy tries to go for the too far away.
Double RC. Side switch. Plus.
Same side right there. Stealthy finds the 2K, but fakes the throw. Tried to shimmy with the rainwater there. Oh, look at this damage. Perfect timing for the burst.
It's just low enough off the ground. When we can sit like this round, they saw 2 shots in the chamber. It's time to make Buddy slumber. Umi, that was a hero burst, but definitely they saved the day on that one.
Yeah, just a perfect kill right there. You said only 2 bullets in the chamber is all you needed right there. Definitely UMISHO was feeling lucky, punk. Let's just put it that way. And there we go. but Stealthy with a big chunk of damage over here. Look at this, continuing too far away, unfortunately.
This is Umi.
Oh god, the side switch again. It's so hard to deal with. And the back throw into the corner. So smart from UMISHO to try and get this, but Stealthy just got the burst. But
you see the ball at the bottom? This is the good, the bad, the ugly. Umi gonna send to the wall and make him fall. First game today done by Umi. Look at those return no receipts from Umi continuously.
Shout outs to Ennio Morricone, one of the greatest composers out there with the good, the bad, the ugly theme out there. Oh, so good. But yeah, and shout outs to UMISHO. She is advanced in familiar territory. She's used to this. Moving on to the next round over Stealthy. So Stealthy gonna have to put in some work from that loser side of the bracket.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of difficult. We talk about how ridiculous the talent is out here, and we ain't saying it for nothing. You know, top 16 people out here are generally the top 16 out of the U.S. You know, I feel like it's hard to not see these players out in the top 8 of a stacked tournament. TNS out at CLG out here too as well, or at an offline tournament you might see the same people at Frosty's. But you know, good luck to Stealthy in that adventure. But then again, he is also a demon too, so he might be you know, it might be a case of you're caged in here with me. So let's see what's next. 9 Moons Mfcr going up against FG Marvelo, the two boys going at it. Mfcr getting the top 8 recently, and also I think his biggest accomplishment was DreamHack winning one of those against Hotashi. And now with a buffed Leo, and I do mean buffed, I think Leo that kind of got buffed. I feel like he's going to be even stronger.
Yeah, Leo, one of those characters that a lot of the people were like, you know what, we need to tone Leo down. And Arxis was like, wait, you said you wanted him to be buffed? Okay, let's buff him. Oh,
we got
man.
you. You complained about the other characters so much, you didn't say nothing about Leo. Y'all was sitting here talking about Happy Chaos and Nago. Y'all didn't say much about Leo, but he's out here. And there is some risk to some of his buttons now. His slash and heavy slash, I think if you undo the guard point, they're more whiff punishable. But 2D has more reward because it pops you up a little bit more. And he didn't get really nerfed in ways. I feel like the system mechanics still help him out very well. So same could be said for Chip. He's got cool buffs too. 6H puts you in a crouching state.
Yes.
And he's got a few new cool combos.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I can't wait to see, you know, Marvelo and, of course, you know, Bean, who was picked up by AOC here as one of the partnered players as well. But Chip, they didn't buff his health. Let's just put it that way. Chip still going to be taking a ton of damage. We see that backdash BRC to get himself out of the pressure situation. But Mfcr finds the connection over here, and bam, through the wall goes Marvelo. Mfcr with round number 1.
Doing a fantastic job. 2D for the chase down, gets the side switch, and that's one of the buffs that has kind of happened with this character. 2D knockdown, you get some fantastic Oki, blows up those if you well time that meaty. And right now, it's looking like a bad time for Marvelo. Caught right back up in the corner.
Ooh,
4-piece
nice.
into the super.
Oh, no.
Oh, didn't link.
A miss right there, yeah, and that's going to be beautiful because of a side switch, but Marvelo accidentally dashed a little too far, so he just drops the combo afterwards, going under Leo, and now back out, baits out the DP. That should be it. Say goodbye to Chip.
Man, round starts have been fantastic for Mfcr. We saw the 2D coming through, and he's just so good about capitalizing on everything that's given with them. And honestly, the strength of Leo, we talk about this so consistently, is the fact that he's not dumping out damage. He is damaging, but it's not about him dumping out damage. It's the consistent mixes on your wake up, consistently with the back turn, and how you have to deal with those meaty situations. And off of 2D, as mentioned, it's even better for him this season, even harder to defend against that situation. So let's see what Marvelo does. He's a man of Marvel. He understands that if you get dusted in one game, that's A-okay. You still got 2 more to go, or possibly 3 actually, if he gets that W.
Yes, like I said, for fighting games, it's really all about that mentality. You have to remember everything that happened in all the matches, yet somehow forget every time you lose. You know, you can't let it affect you. And it is such a delicate balance when you're playing fighting games, knowing what to remember and what to forget. Oh, he stayed in the front, and Marvelo was being really good about that defense, but they got caught by the overhead. And there we go, the wake-up flash kick.
They're looking for the defensive option, baits it out. This is unfortunate because it's probably over. Yes, sir, the guard break. Won't wait for that big boy damage. Mfcr. Another W.
Yeah, and just locking through here right now. So far, 3 rounds straight. Let's see if marvelo can get anything going. What a nice 5P anti-air. And has managed to keep Mfcr in the corner, but hasn't really been able to get huge pressure. Nice block on the overhead on the Rekkas.
There's that back throw, though. Mfcr keeps it in offense. Oh, man, if you would have called a 5P anti-air as a counter hit, that would have been damn near it.
Okay, here we go,
Nice
marvelo. Yep, and there you see on the crouching, that's a combo now. It didn't combo before. That's definitely one of the buffs here. Oh, baits out the flash kick, and yeah, spike him to the floor. Should be able to take it, and there we go. marvelo stops the bleeding, gets around onto the board.
That is wild here from marvelo. And started to acclimate a little bit to these defensive options. Mfcr is one of those that loves the DP. He is a DP-happy Leo. But marvelo looking out for that option, getting fat punished, can only be correct every so often, though, against the likes of Mfcr. Starts at 6P, puts it back in the corner, baits out that DP, unfortunately, because we're about to see a super through the wall break and a one more conversion, one more decision with the mix from Mfcr.
Yeah, no meter for a BRC in or anything like that. Oh, okay, here we go. marvelo starting the offense, manages to dash it in, gets a throw, and now the command throw. Let's see how he keeps this going. Goes for the overhead, and here we go. Ooh, burst. And to get also to maintain the corner as well on that little bit of that side switch combo right there. But marvelo finds the hidden, gets to the other side, left, right, mix up, gonna be able to super. Is this going to kill? No,
he's still
not
alive.
even close. Oh my goodness.
But marvelo, he's got that bar at the bottom. Go for that fast RC, doesn't even need it. The 2K2D knockdown for the finish. marvelo back in the driver's seat. However, this is still looking super close between the two. And some of it, honestly, is like, what's the defensive option that Mfcr is going to do? Like, he's just looking for those DPs every so often, finding fat punishes. But then again, Mfcr, sprinkling differently, might be a little bit difficult for him to deal with.
Yeah, but you know what, marvelo on the board. This is really important here, and I see no, Chips 2K2D is definitely a true combo. Don't forget that in this game, once something connects, you can delay the chain as long as you want, basically. Any time during the recovery, you can chain, so you can actually chain very slowly, and so that way it doesn't combo.
Like that burst early. Keep him up in the corner. It's a 5P reversal.
And here we go. The side switch into the wall splat. And there we go. Through the wall. And where did all of Chip's health go? But you know what? marvelo has been able to make comebacks with this low of a health because of Chip, the nature of this character. Oh, yeah. RC to counter the RC. Make sure that you recover it off of that backdash.
Yup. Jump A. Try to find an overhead. Try to punch the 2K. Oh, gets a counter hit. Looking for the burst, but I don't think Mfcr is going to give it up right now. He'd rather go down this round without giving that up. He's got a lot of bar at the bottom for like a good 2D from downtown.
Doesn't have the meter for the super, however, but that, it didn't kill. Chip lived, what? And yeah, of course, you BRC in and fade out the button, but Mfcr does use the burst. He eventually uses it anyway, but he ends up losing. He was so close to winning, he felt like it was worth spending that burst to try to salvage that round, but it didn't work out, and marvelo now up 1 round here in game number 3.
You see those whip punishes. Now you see a bait off that DP corner carry. Things are getting scared off the backboard. The and 1. Too far out the 2D from downtown. Able to get that side switch and back to mid-screen. Alpha Blade. DP. And this is good for Mfcr.
He has definitely had those flash kicks blocked every once in a while, but like you said, he loves it. He will not be discouraged from going with those wake-up flash kicks like that. And here we go, the super. This should be able to kill because it's Chip. Oh my gosh, it didn't go through the wall. I thought it was going to splat on the wall. Never mind.
It's close enough. I thought so too. Overhead, busting the dome, whips the throw.
Out the throw.
One more decision in the fast fall AFD to get the grip. That'll do it. Mfcr. Getting pressured too much, and a lot of these defensive decisions are saving marvelo. We saw him IB to able to get the back throw, even though it was a little risky. He's been clutching out at that little bit to do it, and that's that Marvel play, bro. It's that Marvel reaction. Split second.
Yeah, and again, though, you see there, even though Marvelo won that, it took like 3 more mix-ups to be able to take it. Death by 1,000 cuts from Chip, but you know what?
True.
I mean, he is like freaking General Grievous. He's got like 4 lightsabers spinning around, so 1,000 cuts isn't that hard for him.
Exactly,
right.
exactly. We'd love to get that 6H, but the counter hit, not too much off of it for Mfcr. And there's the raw DP, red RC for the exchange, burst, but still the counter hit from the 2S, that reach at the tip. God dang.
Yeah, and again, this is how a lot of these rounds have gone. Even the ones that Marvelo has won, starting at a deficit and then having to make that comeback. Nice whiff punish right there from Mfcr. Says no comeback for you this time, Marvelo. I am going to tie this up 2-2. He just needs to take this next round.
Ran the slash special, just ran it raw right there. And you see him back up for the 5P. That was a fantastic combo. One more slump, we'll go for the throw. I like that grip. Do something different with it. Waiting for it, an offensive, maybe DP, but it's not going to happen.
Marvelo thought...
What?
Then the jump dust raw just hits Marvelo. Did he give up at that point? I'm not sure. But just like that, with a perfect, Mfcr is indeed going to tie this up 2-2. And so now we're going to the final game here with the second set of this week for Series E.
I appreciate, first of all, Sajin with a big raid, and also I appreciate the back and forth with both these players in terms of defense and offense. And Mfcr is kind of taking a little bit more of the DPs off the table. He's been so known for that, and it's sometimes it's a good thing, but obviously if you do it too much, it's a bad thing. I feel like when he was playing good at DreamHack, it was less about the DPs. It was like sprinkled every so often, and people just couldn't get a handle on what he wanted to do on Wake Up. Just allowing a little bit more of him to fight back.
Okay, nice little clash, but went into the 2D, so Marvelo gets the knockdown, but there it is again. The wake-up flash kick, the throw, and now the meaty this time gets the burst out of Marvelo, but, I mean, you look at the life deficit that Marvelo has, this is definitely a confidence burst right here. Still believes he can take this round, but the throw is going to prove otherwise. Mfcr at match point.
I love him switching up the back turn stuff. Just being able to get the throw, or we've seen him do the guard break too as well. Side switch, waits for the burst. This is the worst. Alpha blade, defense taking up the table, and all this corner carry.
Yep, already to the other wall. Gonna send him through the wall with the super, get the hard knockdown, and here we go. What's the mix? Can Marvelo take this to the final game, final round? He's working on basically a perfect here. Nice block on the overhead, and here comes... Oh, I thought Mfcr was going to reverse things, but Marvelo was going to take it. Not quite with a perfect, but here we are. Final game. Final round. Let's go.
This is what I like to see. This kind of heat, this flame right here at Series E. 2D immediately. 2D though from Marvelo, gets the knockdown. Jumping that jump H, waits and baits. That's going to hurt James.
Ooh, easy bait oven right here. Goes for the super right through the wall here. And so Marvelo with a big advantage here. Doesn't have the meter for any sort of BRC. Goes for the safe jump timing instead. And he gets the overhead this time. Builds the meter thanks to the positive meter bonus. Should be able to kill him. No, not quite. Oh, boy.
One more touch, though. It's just one touch. It's just one touch. It's all it is. A dab will do you. And you're through. Marvelo taking it with that slight breeze.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Well, he could have exploded. He could have exploded. There could have been this alternate universe I'm looking into right now where Buddy got hit with DP and the guess for a game and guess for your life. But that's it. Marvelo bringing it back to the break. I thought it was going to be over. The first match, I was like, oh, no, Marvelo.
Right.
But he pulls it back. Good defensive choices right there. And good analysis of the other person's defensive choices, too. Waiting for those DPs continuously, putting a little stagger every so often, and finding success.
But, I mean, I tell you, man, if you're a chip player and you're fighting against a Leo, and you send him through the wall, and it doesn't kill and puts him down to a pixel, your heart is beating. You are nervous because you know how fast Leo can delete your life all of a sudden because you're Chip. And so, you know, getting that 2K, that little crouching kick right at the end right there. Big relief for Marvelo. He is going to advance forward, and his reward will be fighting UMISHO in round 2 of winners bracket.
Absolutely. That's going to be the reward that you get throughout this entire bracket for all you top level players. But that's what you want. You want to fight other top level players, and that's what we're getting out here at Series E, because we're only going to give you the finest Guilty Gear action. We have, let me see what is coming up.
Tempest, NYC,
Tempest.
and Red Ditto. And I mean, if that is indeed the match that we're getting next, I believe, yes, it is. My money's gonna be on Red Ditto here, only because it seems like the pattern is if your name ends with an O, you're advancing right now. So we've got UMISHO, Marvelo, and maybe now Red Ditto. Maybe that's what we get. But hey, look, I on my stream, I announced my Ultra Chen TV awards, and I had Tempest there in the top 3 because I really believe he's one of the best players from last year, proving himself so strong. And so, I didn't put him up there for no reason. Okay, this guy is extremely scary and so strong as a player.
He's a smart player that wields a top tier gorilla. That is a dangerous threat. That is a nasty person. Being technical with a character like Leo is fantastic. He's going to have really great meeting situations, but that DP is weighted and baited, forcing out the burst to stay in the game.
Oh, trade. And here we go. Time for the pressure here. Goes to the other side. Gets him with the left-right mix-up. And now corner pressure here. RC to keep the pressure going. Double RC! Spends all the meter on that. Not going to quite be able to kill, though. And
one touch. We talked about how good that is for Leo. If that's all he needs, he can get it any which way. Side switch if he gets the run through. One good 6P would be great.
Yeah, dash right out of the range of that explosion. And the delay from the air. The delay changing your your air trajectory right there. Catching Red Ditto's anti-air attempts with that pause of the jump dust.
I bet they would have clipped 6P if Red Ditto went with it, to be honest. It feels like that's an option that Tempest went for to also cover that too as well. Jump H to get outside that range. Finding an opening, knocking on the door. Red Ditto, it's time to open up.
Sitting there with the guard point ready to go, daring Red Ditto to hit a button, trying to get out of this corner right now, but here we go. This is where Ramlethal, scary, beautiful air throw to keep the pressure going in the corner.
2S, 5K, hold this throw, back turn, gets the side switch off the 5K starter. This is unfortunate. Red Ditto has spurs, will spin here, gets the gold, but the DP denies the windshield wipers.
Made it right
the dash up, but the gold burst, but the PRC.
Oh my god, what is happening here? That was enough to kill. It was enough to kill. And we're now 1 round apiece here. Oh my goodness.
What a rotation of meter expenditure. That was godlike from both players. Now we're all even out overhead, 2H. Again, the back to situation. And even if we haven't seen it, the parry is still a threat that you have to be wary of. Red Ditto gets a jump in, though. Gonna take him to the corner, afraid of the DP.
Just patiently waiting over there. Shows the respect he has for the DP from Tempest. But here comes Tempest with the corner pressure here. Goes with the 6P, nice block from Red Ditto, just air dashing out of there, but still gets opened up eventually. The cross up in the corner, has the burst, kick too high up, and he flash kicks the burst.
How's the weather up there?
Kicked the burst.
How's the weather up there?
Didn't even wait for it to come down to beat it up. He was like, nah, you know what? I'm going to take you out with style.
I like that. Don't let that character fight back. You let them land, it's into your round now. That was godlike. I see people talking about how he is getting ready for Frosty. I love that kind of energy. If this is anything we're going to see at Frosty, it's going to be fantastic. And I think that any player right now is probably playing to their hardest to make sure that they're at top form for Frosty. So again, Tempest baiting out that burst, getting real nasty with the RC situations. Let's see if Red Ditto can route things back.
Well, not a good start right now for Red Ditto. Tempest going in there. Oh, just a little too far away for that shield right there for the counter. But here we go, the burst, yeah, so a lot of times when Leo's trying to go for that side switch in the corner, you see a lot of the players burst as soon as they get hit because then they keep the corner. But Tempest finding his way out just like that, and here we go. Speaking of corner, almost had the corner carry all the way.
Okay, 5K gets a throw. Red RC, that'll be it. That's victory. 2H follow-up in Tempest. You can see the difference between the likes of like Tempest's Leo and Mfcr's Leo. That's how they play. I think Tempest is a little bit more technical. And that's no, knock to Mfcr. I think he plays with his heart. And both can be very strong, but as soon as I say all this, the burst is baited. Look at all that red. You're almost dead. More about the murder she wrote.
Oh man, commentators curse here, right? I mean, it always happens, right? Whenever commentators like, man, this guy is so good, and then the round starts, and then they're just getting beat up all day. But here it is right now. Tempest kind of displaying exactly what you're talking about. Gets the counter hit through the wall. It's gonna do massive damage. And here we go, Tempest now, just a couple of mix-ups away. Yep, there's one. Actually, was that it? Is that all?
That's it. That super does a grip. An absolute grip. That is wild. There is no other mix-up. You just died. You get the guess in the next game.
I was like, okay, he needs 2 mix-ups, and then no, I'm sorry, my bad. 1 mix-up was all he needed. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Yeah, I mean it's tough because like old school Guilty Gear OTGs like did no damage, and so it's still in that mindset that I still don't believe that OTGs are gonna do that much damage. But there you have it.
And you see how good Mfcr honestly is, and there's a building of a lot of bars, so you can utilize it for those moments, and I really like that. I feel like all characters Guilty Gear can be a battery if given the chance, and Leo gets a chance more than other characters. Red RC for the corner carry. And still stays in front of the 5K. No
overhead. Tempest gets the mix-up going over here. And there's it again. Through the wall. Not enough to kill. Just a tiny little bit of chunk of life left to try to take here. But here comes Red Ditto. And again, Red Ditto, I've talked about, being a very technical Ramlethal player. What happened? The explosion? But I thought Red Ditto was blocking. I thought he was just chilling there waiting for the explosion, but did he swing? And he got hit, and I'm not sure why exactly.
Unfortunately, we see Tempest still on that set point. I mean, he's, you take that to Tempest, like, okay, cool, should have came in. That DP actually helped out. Side switch once again for the mix, backs away from the splash of play, but the super is going to clip that 6H. No, the RC stays solid. Oh, Red Ditto with the bar for defense. Now for some offense. Trade.
Oh, a trade. Very fortunate trade, but there you go right there. Very difficult to see anybody really out-neutraling and outranging Ramlethal, but that is exactly what Tempest is doing, and Tempest with the 3-0 over Red Ditto to move on in the bracket, and that is as shocking as anything right there, to get a 3-0 over Red Ditto. But like I said, Tempest just cannot be denied right now, and just is if people in the chat are right, a man on a mission right now for that Frosty Faustings crown. And remember at the very first big major last year of Guilty Gear Strive offline at Combo Breaker, Tempest was indeed the victor over UMISHO to take that tournament, and made top 8 at Evo as well. So Tempest definitely one of the favorites going into Frosties.
Yeah, favorite of the crowd, looks like, too, as well. But also just one of my favorite Leos to watch. Again, technicality. Seems like he always has immediate situations on deck, and when he's blowing other people's defensive options, it always seems like it's on point. And you just put that in the hands of someone with such a strong character. It makes sense why you see him so often in top spots. But he's been grinding out. See how good he is at Frosty. I forgot that Combo Breaker was not part of the Arc Revo tournament, so I was like, he's grinding to win Frosty, but I forgot that he wants that qualification, because that is apparently the last qualification for Arc Revo.
Right.
That's why everybody's flying out. Latifah's flying out. Gonna see a lot of the homies coming through for Frosty Frostings in my area.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Nice. That's right. Your neck of the woods over there. How far are you from the Frosties venue?
45 minutes, so it's like not that bad.
Dang. Okay,
but I might just get a hotel out there. I don't feel like going back and forth. If the weather is bad, yeah. So if you're going to Frosty Frosty, by the way,
that's true.
Bring a coat. James, bring a coat. Y'all, please bring a coat. You're gonna be cold.
The worst thing is, I'm gonna bring a coat, but it's gonna be snowing. So I don't have like coats. Like I have like hoodies and stuff like that, but I need like more waterproof stuff. I need to bring something that's actually waterproof. Otherwise, that's not gonna be fun. Okay, thank you for the reminder, Cola. I'll definitely try to make sure I bring my real coat.
Yeah, make sure y'all come through with them coats. And we're going to come through with some more matches. Nitro going up against Bean. I saw Nitro in the chat say, oh, just go to bed. Don't let him fool you. That's part of the mix of the Jacko players. They're like, yeah, I just got to bed. I'm just so sleepy. I'm not ready prepared. I bet he's been grinding for 6 hours before this. Don't let him fool you, Bean. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah, but Nitro, obviously, one of the two main representatives of that Jacko play. Adventure, of course, who is now officially partnered here for Series E, the other one, and we'll be able to see him later on in the bracket. But, of course, Bean, the mean bean machine over here with that chip, and also picked up as one of the partner players, picked up by AOC, of course, making a bunch of game hardware out there, not to be confused with the politician out there. So.
But yeah, we're gonna see how this matchup works out. Jacko got a few buffs here and there. I saw Adventure, who's also in this bracket, talking about how Jacko was slightly nerfed, but in a way where people can be more interactive, and he's happy that the way that people can be more interactive with this character and survive like situations where the risk is like boosted up is good for the game. It will make him a better player. And obviously, I don't think it's like a nerfed in a way where the character is like super, super, super bad. Like also bad matchups or other matchups got a little bit worse. But she's still a threat. She puts you in the corner. It's still the same song and dance to me. I've seen also the clip of Adventure putting someone through the infinite. So, it's still going to be the same stuff if that happens.
Yeah, it's very, very similar to, that first major patch, like when Happy Chaos got nerfed, right? The zoning of Happy Chaos got nerfed. But what did that do? That turned UMISHO into the offensive goddess with Happy Chaos. And she learned so much more of what Happy Chaos can do. And she even said that, that forced her to be even stronger with the character. So, that's probably what Adventure's kind of referring to with the Jacko. Quote nerfs, gonna force him to be a stronger player in other areas.
See how it works out. Bean is a very, very quick chip player, and I mean that by like decision making, rotation of options in terms of offense and defense. He's probably I feel like while Marvelo's like the wait and bait kind of thing, like wait for people to whip punish, Bean just loves to get in there, run that aggression, going and flowing, and try to get the dive kick. But luckily gets outside the corner, but clipped by the minion. He's losing so much health.
Yeah, a lot of little just hits over there, using the defensive shield on the minions. Oh, getting a jump attack. And here we go, cross up. Going to be able to confirm off of that, and Nitro taking round number 1. Yeah, Nitro, I mean, you can definitely tell right now he hasn't been practicing, right? Just tired, whatever.
Just boot up the game. Let me see his Steam settings, brother. Let me see his Steam settings. Maybe not, he might have some wild mods on there. Never mind. But right now, Bean's not fine. He's caught up against the corner, and look, doesn't even need the minions to get in him. It's over. Nitro with the first W with a perfect.
Not giving Bean a chance to play here in round number 2. And like you said, Bean is definitely a lot more aggression, likes to go for a lot of low attacks constantly to get you to crouch block so that Bean can use his signature 6K out of nowhere and RC and kill you. But never really got a chance to go for any of that offense that round at all, that game, really. So let's see if Bean can find a way to get in there. But the minions causing so much problem. Nitro doing a good job with the minions acting as a shield. Ooh,
nice interruption.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let the overhead happen to you. But it will happen in this combo. Now the throw, Bean putting the pressure on Nitro. This is how it feels to have that pressure. When you call up against the corner, you can't do anything. And Jacko lacking and slacking in defensive options.
Went for the Rekka overhead into RC instead of the 6K. And there we whoa, what that? Oh, was that DP RC? I'm not sure what he hit him with on the wake up. But it got the hit, but Nitro, here comes Nitro now with a chance. Just has to survive, taking a little bit of chip damage here. YRC to stay alive, but the challenge with a raw DP against the minion drop.
Bean will do it. He don't care. I mean, he'll let it fly, and I like that. You saw the minion drop, actually. Not the worst decision, to be honest. He saw it come through, and the DP cuts right through the minion, not being able to utilize. And Bean trying to kill some of these minions before they can even get started is also good. We're seeing that more effectively. And he's got an option right after that with the quickness. Off the backboard, 6H, trying to find an opening. Blocks with Nitro, waiting for that bar to build so he can YRC possibly.
Look at this. Hasn't been able to get out. Finally gets out, but eats a 6P to say, for their troubles. But now Nitro gets the hit.
Ooh.
But again, the raw DP from Bean, getting him out of that situation. RC to extend the combo, get the corner, and the wall splat. But Nitro is the one with all the resources right now.
Actually doesn't go for the dive kick. I think Nitro was expecting it. Fast fall, whips the 6K. No big deal, we're still in play. Stagger 7, but a little bit too much. Allows Nitro to get the side switch. Burst. Bean, I don't mind that because it's one touch. 2D actually gets the hit, the counter hit.
Wait.
Is that gonna be it? Get the wall pin? No. Super kills all the minions and Nitro.
What? He went for the super from full screen and got it connected. Bean with the Galaxy Brain play at the very end to punish from full screen and takes game number 2. Woo.
What do the kids say? Gapped? Did he get gapped? Is that what y'all kids say? I don't know, but that was fantastic play. That was a good wake-up super.
I ain't no kid. I couldn't tell you if that was right or wrong at all, okay? So
he's just like me. Don't do that. Don't do this at home, chat, because you ain't doing it like Bean.
Yeah, Bean is definitely pulling it up by his bootstraps. You know, like that's what I'm gonna be talking about over here, man. So, oh man.
We're almost the same age, James. So we're both old, man. I should be saying that word too. Oh, the TP again! Look at that option. It's been so continuous against the minion throw.
Yep, there you go. You see that second Rekka. I think Bean is one of the best at using that second Rekka at frame trap timings. And you see right there, you're so scared of it that you stay on the ground, and that allows Bean to sneak in that instant air dash to keep the offense going. And there's that classic 6K with the super stylish up the wall finish. Bean, round number 1.
Someone put in the chat earlier where accessing the damage is either going to be counter hits or for that wall clink situation. You've seen it right there for the finish. And if you're looking for finishes, 6K is the play. And right now, Bean's looking to do the same damn thing. 6H to the wall. Wasn't able to spin that bar. He just got it right that last moment, but still goes in with a good amount of resources. Nitro fighting back, though.
Yeah, but unfortunately, off of that counter hit was too far away. Oh, yeah, you have to go for the burst, but that's why Bean was all ready for it. And so Bean there with a quick game number 3. And again, I mentioned in game number 1, never had a chance to go for the offense, but as soon as he did, you can see what happens. You see how effective and powerful Bean is once he gets that pressure going. And Nitro going down 1-2. So yeah, Nitro definitely going to be riding that, haven't been playing, practicing, kind of a
I said it real hard right now.
Narrative here.
Yeah, I think Nitro been fighting in a way that you definitely can tell he's been putting his mind to the grind, but it's just so difficult to deal with in the corner. And again, the lacking defensive options of Jacko is part of her problem. Like, her reversal buttons aren't going to be the best when she gets the knocked off of 2D. She has to use YRC for defense if it's not burst. So compared to Bean, where he does have the DP, it's looking a little bit different. And Bean is on game point, counter hit, Alpha Blade, Sigma Male grind set, off the backboard. Overhead.
And another overhead. The delay misses the combo afterwards, but still has the corner pressure situation over here. Still going to be able to keep the pressure going and interrupts the gap right there with a DP. That is some confidence right there. And now Bean just one tiny chunk away from taking this.
One touch 2D roll. Yes, and this is good. Look at this. The Baltimore Baileys, the circus, the YRC take the turn back. The dash up throw will do it though. Bean. Too mean. Yeah.
Being 1 round away now from advancing forward. We're teasing Nitro here, but obviously Nitro very, very strong. Has the potential to make this comeback here. But Bean, like I said, since game 1, has gotten that offense going. And I feel like Nitro just has not had a way to stop Bean. And here we go. Corner pressure again. You see the patience from Bean over there, trying to see if Nitro was going to try to IED out of the corner.
Or FD to waste some of that bar. He's content for Nitro uses the FD, doesn't matter because Chip has so many ways in. Oh, the 6K in play, Alpha Blade. This is looking nasty. B about to be the mean machine. About to make it clean. RC doesn't get clipped.
It just needs 1 chip over here, but sometimes that last chip is the hardest one. Yeah, you see the faultless defense right now. You see that Bean is trying to bait out the faultless defense, and so that he can get the chip damage for the victory. Oh, but the
FD right
minions,
there.
the minions.
Yep,
They're
surviving
out.
the minions. And this is the test of defense. Alpha Blade out of there, punish though. Not the biggest one to get it done. Maybe not much you can do, and you're through. Goes for the low. What's on the menu, says Bean.
The whiff Rekka right there. He was about half a screen away and just did Rekka into the low from basically over half screen away to sneak in there as fast as possible. Was hoping even if he blocked that, Nitro might have forgotten the faultless defense and would have died by chip anyway. But regardless, AOC Bean advances into the bracket and will be going up against Tempest NYC in the next round of the winners side. So Bean versus Tempest in round number 2.
These are some nasty matches. Y'all are blessed to be impressed by out here. And, good stuff to Bean, y'all. Utilizing things that I think I've ever seen someone use that as a closer, using the second part of the Rekka is super cool. I like people using different things of their characters that you wouldn't typically see, and Bean just squeezing out the most from Chip, showcasing why that character is still great and why he is a great competitor. But let me see who we have next. It looks like Newmanheimer versus Darkrai. That is an Oni team kill, as y'all pointed out. And I believe these two have played at Yurikov's 3v3, if I'm not mistaken. Chat, I commentated that, but right now I'm going to commentate y'all going over to Yeso. To Yeso.
Hey, the y'all fits. Welcome back in, folks. Halfway through winners round 1, and we've had some really great sets so far, especially a nice little dichotomy between the last couple of weeks where I think we've been pretty heavy on the 3-0s early on in the bracket, but we had some really good sets here so far. And let's just run through them real fast, and then we'll kind of get prepared for what's coming next and look at the state of the bracket right now. First of all, we kicked it off with the defending champion. It's UMISHO on the Happy Chaos that everybody loves to hate. Looking good against Stealthy. Stealthy, the Axel, it has been admittedly in a bit of a tough spot as of late. Of course, the patches have not done it a ton of favors. Respect that Stealthy is still sticking on it. I think we've seen Stealthy playing around with a couple of other picks recently over the last couple of months, if I remember correctly, but still bringing out the Axel pretty consistently here in Series E. Unfortunately, is going to fall in that first matchup there up against UMISHO. That's a 3-1 for UMISHO, but do have to note that Stealthy did go on to beat MFCR down on the loser's side of the bracket, getting a 3-1 win of their own down there. And of course, that's the next matchup we could talk about, but congrats to Stealthy keeping things alive, looking to make that long losers run. Of course, the other side of that matchup was MFCR, and MFCR was that second set up against Marvelo, and that means we've got a couple of beans moving on early on in the bracket. Marvelo looking good in this one. This is a really tight set going to a full 5 games, and it was a nail-biter. I mean, we went final game, final round in this one, and it's one that MFCR started strong, but a good response from Marvelo got them ahead in the series 2-1, and then MFCR able to push it to game 5, but Marvelo holds strong, takes the win there, 3-2, will be up against UMISHO in one of those first sets of winners round 2, so keep an eye out for that one. That should be a fun one. Then we jumped into Tempest and Red Ditto, and the Leo coming through strong this time around, 3-0 over Red Ditto, and Red Ditto has been really solid, honestly, early on in the season here in Season 3, but that's such a tough set. Tempest, of course, one of the best players around in Guilty Gear Strive. The Leo, I think some folks maybe debate, is it Razzo maybe the best Leo right now in North America? Is it Tempest? I think Tempest holds that title for right now and looking really good in that matchup up against Red Ditto and dominant in that one. Of course, the last set we just saw, Bean taking down Nitro. Nitro's trying to keep things alive there late in Game 4, unable to do so. So that means that the Jacko will fall down to the loser's side of the bracket. We will have that Red Ditto Nitro set down in losers. Of course, as St. Cole just mentioned, we will have that Oni death match coming up next. Newmanheimer and Darkrai, Adventure and Diaphone coming up very soon as well. And we round out winners round 1 with Razzo, Solstice, and then Hotashi SQ. Good to see Hotashi back in the bracket here. Has taken a few weeks off from Series E. Of course, hope he's been enjoying his break, but glad to see him back in the bracket here today. So we'll have all of that and more coming up for you next. We're going to a break right now. When we come back, though, James Chen and Cola will get you ready and right back into the fun.
But I'm finna handle it. Break it down like an enough to give a fuck.
Tyson boneless buffalo bites have that tasty kick of flavor, so they're perfect for any get-together. If there are any left when your guests arrive. Tyson Anytizers Chicken. More kicks of flavor, more smiling snackers, more to love. Tyson.
And we are back live with a Guilty Gear Strive, and boy, have we had some good Guilty Gear Strive out here. My name is Sekola. I'm joined with James, and once again, if you missed any of the action, I'm going to need y'all to go back to the VODs and see everything that's transpired because, it's been a doozy. I can't even talk right because I'm ready for the next fight. James, what do we have next up on the menu for the people?
We've got Newmanheimer going up against Darkrai. As you said, that is a team kill, unfortunately. But, when there's only 16 people in the bracket, man, like that's just going to happen, right? I mean, you're seeded in a certain way. I mean, if you look at this Newmanheimer, he's seeded number 2. Right. Darkrai is seeded number 15, so that's just an unfortunate way that it happened to match up. But I mean, as long as they keep succeeding and doing well during the weekly tournaments, hopefully Darkrai can push himself to a higher seed. So this won't happen again. But that's the way the cookie crumbles at this point. This is how how it all fell down. So you got to do the team kill at this point.
At some eventual point, it has to happen. Darkrai, one of the types of people that we don't get to see as much in many of the tournaments. Like, we don't see him as often in the Series E that I would like to see because he is probably the best Gold Lewis out in the U.S. And even in other tournaments, we don't really see him showing up too often. But when he does, he is a huge threat. So is Newmanheimer, showcasing that Nago is still ridiculous.
Yeah, Newmanheimer. I mean, it's crazy because if UMISHO wasn't around, Newmanheimer would have definitely been like the Guilty Gear newcomer of the year. He's just been playing so well with this Nago. Obviously, UMISHO taking Evo and stuff was, and this being her first fighting game. UMISHO is going to be the main story, but Newmanheimer right behind there as one of the biggest, newcomers in the Guilty Gear scene, but. Darkrai and this Gold Lewis. Gold Lewis is so scary. Oh, here we go. Pressure time. You are taking chip damage. You are spending all of that meter for the faultless defense. But what a backdash from Newmanheimer.
Careful now. Can't spend too much more blood. Gets the air-to-air in the 6H. And you see how good he is at... Go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, sorry about that, but, Newmanheimer, how good he was on defense in there. I just mentioned how good Gold Lewis's chip damage is, with the Behemoth Typhoon and the guard breaks and stuff. And Newmanheimer, faultless defense, like 4 of them in a row, and then backdashed the 3rd one and took no damage in that corner sequence over there, not even from block damage.
Absolute godlike, and honestly he's been doing a good job against all the things that we've seen from his character, even when the sentry's out and about. Well, not this time, gets clipped with it, and this is the problem. When this character gets up close and personal, you have to be careful. I like the backdash once again. The innate defense here from Newmanheimer is fantastic, avoiding a lot of these BT situations that people would usually just hold. Has to with the sentry, but if you clip that character before it happens, if she's off the board, or he'll just jump over it, he's fine.
Oh, here we go, but finally gets hit, gets the burst, and yeah, I mean... what? He just activates into the command throw. That was a choice that he made, but we see the YRC here. No burst this time. Can he kill? No, he uses the opportunity to send out the sentry, goes for the low, and Darkrai takes round number 2.
The mixed machine, that's too mean. Gold Lewis is ridiculous. And I like how he's catching some of these backdashes, understanding that Newmanheimer's going for that defensive option a little bit too much. But here's that bite, the Midnight Stack from Count Black to use all these specials continuously as much as he'd like to.
Yeah,
another
but you see what Deathcon in the chat here is saying, can't believe he's backdashing those Behemoth Typhoons, but really kind of shows that, Behemoth Typhoon looks like it's active for 10 years, right? But, I mean, it really does have, pretty standardized active frames there, so if you just know the timing, you can definitely get through those.
He just tech and then get the RC back throw? That was ridiculous. Newmanheimer, defense on that bar usage and good offense to seal the deal and avoiding a lot of things again with this character that you have to deal with. Yeah, some of the backdashes haven't always worked out, but understanding that Nago's got one of the best backdashes in the business.
Yes, true,
and he's been able to get out of situations at a good distance, so it definitely helps when your character has a good backdash because he doesn't have other defensive options. You use what you're given with.
Yeah, I remember back in the days when Potemkin used to have an invincible backdash, say for like 2 frames. I miss those days.
Get this guy, Chad. Get this guy. It's not even the worst character anymore.
Debate. I'll debate that. Oh, the 2H right there, finding its mark, couldn't keep the combo going. now here we go. This pressure in the corner here. Darkrai unable to find his way out because of the range. Look at this. Oh my. Oh, just can't get past that 5H.
He's got to be so careful. Even if he whips out the again, a 5H could seal it and steal it. Red RC, /2S, that's victory. Newmanheimer continuously pressuring him. And that's the thing about that nerf that happened a while ago, where if the blood bar is boosted up, it's going to hurt a lot more if you get hit.
Right.
But here's the thing, just don't get hit. Like, that's a simple thing to say, but literally, if you're not getting hit, he's still like one of the strongest characters in the game.
Oh, yeah.
When he's all boosted up with that blood bar, extension of the normals. You know, we see the quickness with it coming to the 5H, 2S, and things like that.
Oh man. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? It's so funny. Like, best advice for fighting games: don't get hit. Just don't get hit. No problem. But it's so true. It's so true. Here we go.
Peels back. AutoZone with the clone.
Yeah, gets the burst, and now Darkrai has to find a way to get some damage in here, but not gonna happen. Just gonna get caught. And there you go, Newmanheimer going up 2-0, and yeah, Newmanheimer continuing his domination here with that Nago play. And yeah, I mean, crazy. Seeded number 2 over here, Hotashi. Seeded number 6. Now, to be fair, Hotashi hasn't been playing in as many of these as Newmanheimer. So,
That's
you know,
true.
obviously Hotashi is still considered probably the strongest in NA right now, or one of the strongest in NA right now, because obviously UMISHO is there.
When you win Evo, it just shifts the balance a little bit. But, you know, go back. Oh, man, never mind. I ain't going to say anything. I was going to say Newmanheimer doing a fantastic job of not getting clipped by these normals by not getting hit. He's been doing a good job of the economy of buttons being spent. The DP is denied with the YRC applied. Ooh, the 6H from the tip, boosted by the blood bar. Gets the hit.
And oh, you see that little stagger because he chained into the jumping dust, which made him land a little slower, just threw off the timing a little bit, and was able to open up Darkrai with it. Darkrai goes through the wall. Newmanheimer just needs a little bit of extra damage. It goes for the command throw and is just chipping away with these normals over here. He's the sentinel of Guilty Gear Strive here, just doing all this chip damage with the normals. Oof.
Absolutely wild. 5H, all that blood bar boosted. I like that he's been going for the blood bar being boosted, but this is a boosted amount of damage. Check what that blood bar is at. Darkrai's taking a lot of advantage of this.
Yeah, but again, Newmanheimer doing an oh no, actually blocked, and so that drone right there gonna do some good damage, get him in there. But then Newmanheimer finding this 5K to get himself out of the corner here, gonna try to keep the pressure going here, try to keep this corner position, gets the counter hit, gonna be big chunk of damage.
5H, who kills back, still boosted up, utilizing a lot of these sorted normals. Put the blood bar down. Side switch, that's it, Darkrai. No 6P, 5P from Newmanheimer when he saw the jump, but then again, you're so worried about all the BTs that could come through.
Yeah, that was nice right there. Just going for those 2 hits right there, knowing it was going to kill. Just going for those 2 quick hits like that off of the cross-up. And now Darkrai trying to find a way to try to keep Newmanheimer in the corner. But look at this range from Newmanheimer, who's sitting there at those 2 bars. Oh, and then baits out the throw. Yeah, you gotta burst. You gotta try to stay alive. Oh, he's gonna get the hit from the drone, and it's a knockdown. So that's really good, but then the burst from Newmanheimer, which is the gold burst into the double RC, tap dust RC to take it. So few people are prepared to deal with that mix-up right there. Whenever someone gets those 2 bars, especially off of a gold burst, get ready, especially if they're going to try to finish off just that tiny little bit of chunk of life left. They are going to spend everything they got.
And that gold burst was super important too as well. I like him doing that gold burst right as soon as he saw the BT coming through. Well timed to stay fine right here by Newmanheimer, and good bar usage. And again, the defense is really good. You're not gonna be perfect with all your back dashes or your defensive choices, but the economy of buttons was spent well. He wasn't getting clipped. You know, far slash wasn't getting clipped by jump D and things like that. He was clipping the sentry continuously. Maybe not every single time, but most of the time the sentry was out, he'd use the clone fireball to clip that, and then Fukio, if need be. He utilized a lot of the command grabs too as well to open up when he saw the FD bubble. So as soon as he saw that defensive option being rotated, he said, cool, you can't block a command grab. I'm going to get that grip and I'm going to do it. that is Newmanheimer moving on, still showcasing that he is still strong and that the Nago, when played correctly, is still a threat.
Yeah, I just want to report here on the loser side of the bracket. We have had some action going through already. Stealthy has defeated Nine Moons Mfcr 3-1. So Stealthy is moving on in the loser side of the bracket. And Red Ditto defeated Nitro 3-0. So unfortunately, that means MFCR and Nitro are both out of the tournament. And Stealthy and Red Ditto now waiting for their losers bracket match in losers round number 2.
All right, so we're going to get through to the rest of these matches. Vitamin Water Adventures coming up against Diaphone. Shout out to Diaphone, really doing a lot of work with and believing in the brisket before people really kind of, did before the patches kind of happened to the character. I feel like she's a big winner, considering the buffs that happened to her skate or die, being able to have a little bit more range on that. When she does the skate and she gets a little bit of a tumble effect too as well. Her buttons got better, and I think the way that the game has shifted, where she's not really pumping out a lot of damage, is like not as bad. Where everyone else is not pumping out a lot of damage either. It used to be.
It looks like we're going to be jumping to the Razzo Solstice match instead. No, not your fault. I mean, that's the way it's listed in the bracket. But we're going to go ahead and move past that one and jump to the Razzo Solstice match. Maybe we'll get to the Adventure Diaphone match afterwards. We'll see what happens. But, of course, this is online, so sometimes people aren't quite ready yet. So, Solstice and Razzo. Razzo, obviously, one of the biggest presences here in Guilty Gear Strive. She's so strong in this game with that Leo. But Solstice, a Ramlethal veteran from Exerd all the way through Strive. And you can see doing some good damage here in round number 1.
We've seen Razzo take a bunch of tournaments. In fact, took a CLG and a Series E in the same day. So Solstice getting a big win first would be real great to send them down to the ground. But we'll see what that happens. Caught up in the corner. Defense has been good. Every time an overhead would come through, we saw a 2K in play from Solstice as a reaction. But it's hard to get that off every single time. Air throw back to the corner, you go. Overhead.
Ooh, nice. And there we go. Going to be able to get through the wall. And there you go. Razzo coming right back with round number 2. Tie it up 1-1. And yeah, both of these characters very strong. And I feel like both of these characters, Ramlethal got nerfed a little bit, but obviously still got some stuff. And so I know a lot of people were hoping that Ramlethal would get hit pretty hard, but Ramlethal got away pretty well.
Yeah, a light tap on the wrist. Just have to change up your routings if you want more damage, but you have to really think about what you go for Oki off of Rekka's. Jump D gets the clip, but unfortunately, Solstice open up with a 2K, gets a side switch too as well, has more than enough health and more than enough damage off of this to seal the deal. Solstice with the quickness, not wanting to go through the mix of the side switch. This character, I like that. Get the jump out. You'd rather deal with like a 5P if you try to leave and eat a little bit of damage immediately, rather than guessing left, right, what's going to happen if they side switch, all that stuff. Get that out of here.
Yeah, I got to admit, it's actually pretty... it's pretty crazy to see this tournament here with Razzo in here and no Jonathan Tene.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Razzo and Jonathan Tene play each other every week at Series E. But no, not this time. But Razzo going down 0-1 against Solstice here. Razzo, of course, part of Team Intel and has been part of Team Intel since the very first season. So Razzo has been... I don't think Razzo finished top 2 last time, but regardless, Intel obviously really excited and really happy to see how strong Razzo is as a player.
No, you see it right here.
You see why?
Razzo said, remember me? Remember me? And honestly, I like that corner pressure getting a little bit deeper too as well. Put a little bit more mix on it, but here's Solstice with the round start. DP waits and baits, unfortunate. Starts with the close slash, forces the burst, and Razzo does not want to hold that corner pressure, and I definitely understand why.
Oh, interrupts the forward dash from Razzo. And now, yeah, fighting the neutral. We saw this matchup earlier. This is the exact same matchup that we saw earlier with MFCR. No, I'm sorry, with Tempest and Red Ditto. And Tempest was actually able to keep up with Red Ditto's neutral really well, but I feel like Solstice is really causing Razzo a lot of problems with his neutral, as Ramlethal, with the swords, does have better range than Leo.
How many times has Solstice interrupted Razzo's overhead? We've seen that happen continuously off the 2K and just ready and steady. If Solstice can keep that up, it's gonna force Razzo to have to layer on that offense, off the back turn a lot more. And Solstice also leaving these corner positions with the quickness has been fantastic. Woo! DP does get the hit, the hard knockdown side, not even a side switch, too far out, my bad. Close slash starts off with a counter hit party.
I mean, even though I mentioned Jonathan Tene not in this tournament, maybe his presence is still being felt. If I'm not mistaken, it was Jonathan Tene who put out that anti-Leo video, right? That basically illustrated all of the options that Leo has and what the mix-up, what the guesses you have to make are in every situation. Maybe Solstice studied that very carefully.
Mind on the grind. RC's in, gets a throw. Guard break. Goes for the throw again. Punish. Solstice getting clipped with the jump K. I like that jumper situation right there. Either jump K, jump D. We've seen that come through a lot from the likes of Tempest, and we're seeing it from Razzo as they even up the score. Let's see some more. I like this. I don't want to see no washes and stuff. But Solstice is taking us to the limit. We've seen Solstice. Overall, I like their defense and how they leave the corner and stuff like that. I like how they are choosing to 2K on the overhead situations, not letting that go for free. As you pointed out, Jonathan Tene's little video might have helped with that. But we'll see who needs the most help because we're all tied up right here, 1-1.
Yep. And again, that video is not going to be a guide like, oh, this is how you beat everything. This is what Leo's options are, and these are your counters to those options. It still requires you to predict exactly what the Leo player is going to do, but as long as you know what those options are, definitely helps. I'm trying to see if I can find that video for you guys.
Parry, the throw. Well, I finds that right now, Razzo's finding everything they need to seal the deal. And now you see him switching up, not so many overheads, putting the idea of the parry on, even though it hasn't really happened in terms of, clipping anything, but overall, Razzo switching it up in the corner. Hold this throw. Jumps in. FD ain't gonna save you, my bro. Up in the corner. Razzo, what are gonna do for defense? Just jumps out instead of just going for the DP this time.
All right, and gets the flash kick in the corner combo, and OTGs with the 2D. I haven't seen a lot of Leos do that before. I'm trying to figure out what obviously 2D changed a little bit with the way that it causes the opponents to float a little higher. So definitely a new thing that we're seeing from the Leo players, and I'm not personally familiar with exactly the Oki situation it gives him.
Razzo looking for that 5P. That would have been the finish if they would have got a clip, but Solstice swings out a heavier butt, puts him in the corner. RC's right back, 6P. Now what?
Oh, he dashed out, and you can usually dash and block, but he got clipped anyway by Solstice, but then just finds the overhead from the back turn, and there you go. Razzo going up 2-1 now. So going down that first game, but look, Razzo has been one of the most consistent players here in Series E. And again, being consistent in Series E, in Serious E, is one of the hardest things to do because of the level of play out here. But Razzo, week after week, always doing really, really well. So, no shock to see Razzo making this comeback here.
Absolutely. Razzo just been a threat for it doesn't even matter if it's Series E, TNS, online, offline, they stay fine. And they are just nasty with this character. Almost the complete package, I'd like to say.
And shout outs to Alex the Lion, says 2D OTG now is for meaty 5P setups. Interesting. Okay. Here we go. BRC. Interesting. Okay. But Solstice trying to fight out of the corner right now, not pushing too hard. And there we go. Gets the hit. The side switch off of the Rekka. And then through the wall. Nicely done from Solstice. Knowing his routes. There's the plus frames on that flip.
Oh, but the DP denies it. That was so smart. Gets the side switch off of this in the hard knockdown.
Razzo's like, I know this is not a true string over here. You throw that sword and go for the flip. I can get you. Here comes the side switch. 2H, wall splat. And look at this. Just needs a tiny bit of chip damage right now to take it. Got to watch out for the fireball. Got to watch out for those Eins coming right in there, or those Vites. Oh, the counter hit that actually connected.
See the pickup? Solstice is still in this. The sun is shining on him to get the win. Did you see him get the counter hit corner carry? Things are getting scary here for Razzo. They got to be real careful right now because Solstice is catching up.
Nice pickup from Solstice to take that round, but here we go. Razzo coming back in here, fakes the mix-up, goes for the throw. Fakes the left-right into the throw mix-up. That's one of the scary things about it. And here comes the OTG, the wall splat. Not enough to kill, but to the life lead here. I mean, if you're Solstice, even with Ramlethal, boy, that is a hard one to try to make a reverse perfect.
You see that just that walk in after each 2K, just to get right in that distance for the dust to do what it has to do. Oh, man, Solstice is almost through. RCs. Burst, but you're still caught up against the corner, and this is exactly where Razzo would like to have you. 2S counter hit. It's almost hit, James.
Yeah, just one more chunk here, and Razzo gonna do what Razzo does, and that is it right there. Advancing in the bracket on the winner's side. Like we said, Razzo so strong week after week for Series E. That's why she has continued to stay sponsored by Intel this entire time through all 3 seasons. One of the strongest players, even offline as well, doing super well, winning some majors and just dominating in most of the majors that she plays in. And again, shout outs to the partner players for being able to be flown out to those events thanks to those sponsorships. So once again, appreciate that from all of the sponsors, including Intel.
Yeah, it's good to give these players a way to be able to fight offline because we've seen if they're fine online, they're fine offline. We've seen the likes of, a lot of players that came off, like K7 was super strong. I mean, Newmanheimer was like a top-ranked Naga before he came to CEO Taku. So it only makes sense to give them an opportunity to fly out and fight it out at these tournaments because they're going to produce similar, if not even better, results. So, shouts to the sponsors. If you're a sponsor watching this and you see a player that's not sponsored, you should probably pick them up, especially as we get closer and closer to likes of Frosty. We're only a few weeks away. And, Arc Revo, the finals in of itself, don't be lacking and slacking out here. Don't be crying and be like, dang, I should have picked up this person. Now they're qualified. I could have had my jersey out there. Could have been you. It could have been you.
And you know what? It works. Because, I mean, seriously, I was in the supermarket. I almost got myself some anitizers at the last time I was grocery shopping. I did end up picking up some Tyson products anyway. So, it works out for them.
It does. It absolutely does.
Oh, man.
Marvelo says, you got to get that thing out of your name. Get FG, because that looks like a sponsor, Marvelo. Get that out of your name. Come on. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to get you sponsored by, who knows, I mean, what's like
you're
a chip? Doritos.
You're sponsored here right now, right? You got the TNS on your tag right there. I'm still waiting to
something.
After last Capcom Cup, I'm still waiting for my Arby's sponsorship here, okay? I'm just saying. I'm still waiting for that. Okay.
You have to wear the whole fit. Like, Vicious wore the whole fit. You had to wear the whole fit too. That's why.
No, you're right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go to all of my streams with the Arby's hat from now on. I think that's the way that it works at this point.
That's wild.
So that's a good question, actually. Yeah. I should ask the Capcom peeps. Maybe they have it, and I'll be like, "Can I just wear this on every stream here until?"
I mean,
oh, man.
We got a lot of meat, though, in terms of having meaty action out here. We're going to be seeing SQ go up against Hotashi, Moise's own. And these two have played quite a bit.
Okay.
SQ,
so
talking about technical players.
Adventure and Diaphone will be off stream. Okay, that's unfortunate there. So that one is off stream, and Adventure won that 3-2. I wanted to see my Bridget. Because because Potemkin is basically deleted from the game. I kind of wanted to pick up another character, and Bridget was definitely a strong consideration. So.
Well, you might get to see him if he defeats Darkrai. That's going to be probably difficult. But we have Hotashi and SQ. Talk to me about SQ.
SQ, just a really, really strong technical player. Also, another one of the players, I mean, this is what good netcode brings, right? I mean, we get a lot of these online players now who have made a name for themselves and strive via online. And, one of my favorite things about this generation of fighting games, I mean, rollback is winning. Like, it's just everywhere. We're getting it in Exerd literally tomorrow. And Arx is actually supporting the previous version of the game with rollback is amazing. Dragon Ball's getting rollback. Samurai Showdown's getting rollback. I mean, when we have this ability with the good netcode, I'm telling you right now, it's just like the arcade to console transition when a lot of the arcade players are like, you guys aren't real. You're playing on pads. This is not the way to go. You're using console tactics. Same thing happened with the online and offline. The offline players, like, you're using online tactics. You wouldn't survive in an offline environment. And nowadays, there's just no argument for that.
Right.
Like, online players are every bit as legit as offline players. And in fact, having good netcode, being able to play each other constantly gives you so much practice and so much experience. Really at this point in time, I just feel like the online players are every bit, and if not more threatening than anything. So.
Man said more threatening. I mean, I think they are as. I think to be honest though, there are cases where they are more threatening. I mean, you aren't lying.
I mean, the one thing I will say though is, like, see me online is now like kind of a real quote, right? Before it was like see me offline, but now with a lot of people playing on the optimized PC, their environment at home gives them better response time than when they go to locals, and so that's where they feel like they're playing for real. Look, for me, it's like tennis courts, right? You play on clay, you play on grass, whatever. You deal with where you're at. But there's some players out there who are going to be like, yo, that didn't count. See me online, when I can play on my, 480 hertz, whatever, freaking.
Right, I got the blessed hertz. I can see all the frames and stuff like that. $3,000 million monitor. But I will definitely say that these players out here having the ability to crack out and play a lot and practice, it definitely helps them get better and better more than they would if they didn't have that ability. And Hotashi, I just saw him streaming for a bunch of hours playing some Guilty Gear, getting refreshed to impress us against SQ. Let's see what happens though. I feel like, again, Nago, so fantastic threat, and the likes of Hotashi is going to acclimate well to these the changes that have happened to him.
Yeah, and it's funny because they always do pick the green colors for the characters, but they definitely match right now.
yeah, they actually match.
They're definitely matching here. Oh, nice. And Hotashi, like I said, for the longest time was the best in the U.S. Still an argument, honestly, to be made that Hotashi is, the best in the U.S. I mean, obviously we had the Hotashi-Latif matchup at the Sodium Suites at EVO last year, but SQ right now coming in strong and taking round number 1.
SQ said, you forgot about me. This ain't gonna be free. SQ can definitely do the damage too as well. We haven't really seen her win a Series E as far as I remember. Considering how stacked it is, it's a very rare opportunity for many players. However, this could be her day. Back in the corner you go though. Hotashi with the forward slash all the way in. Fukio's in for the challenge here from SQ, not letting that happen for free. Back fist, stays up close and personal, but backs away. Not sure why.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Fukio is actually 50% of the bar. So most of the special moves are one block for blood gauge increase, and if I'm not mistaken, Fukio's are 50% of a block. So someone's asking in the chat. So someone else did say 75%. I'm not 100% sure right now, so I'm throwing out a lot of percents. 50% or 70%. I'm not 100%.
Yeah.
but
just know it's well calculated by Hotashi, right? Like Hotashi will understand how much he needs to spend. But what just happened there, James? SQ kind of cooked Hotashi that first one.
Yeah. So a good start here for SQ. She's definitely looking very strong here for this first match. But again, Hotashi is Hotashi, and a lot of times you see that happen. And top players will make the adjustments needed, gathering all the information in the first match. Oh, beautiful instant block, and then into the throw from no pushback. Again. Yeah. These IBs are really nice for Hotashi, not letting SQ get out of the corner for free, but the interrupt on the flip.
Look at where he's standing, waiting for these options and finding fantastic punishes into the super. It's time for a wave check. Take off the Dewey. Hotashi, the first W, finally on the board.
Yep. There you go. There you go. So exactly, this. Oh, you might be dead. You might be dead. Oh, okay. You've seen all those crazy round 1 start death combos with the, with just going crazy with your blood gauge with no regard for human life. I almost thought that we were gonna see one of those situations here. Not quite, but Hotashi did get the command throw, so you see the blood drain really far right there. But that just means, you know, like you mentioned earlier, he's going to be taking old school damage over here instead of the higher damage with the higher blood gauge.
Burst to stay alive. Is that a hero one? Because God willing, Hotashi could be a villain. All he needs is one good clip. RCs interrupts a button and interrupting their way out of the corner. You actually just dead.
Oh no! Maybe tried to bait a burst or something, and I'm not sure. I think maybe SQ got into her own head, was like, okay, he just got the burst. How should I? And then that just kind of caused the drop, you know, potentially right there. And Hotashi was able to take advantage of that. I mean, honestly, SQ probably should just went through the route and just said, you know what, it's up to you, Hotashi, to use your burst right here.
Right.
But unfortunately, didn't work out, and so it is 1-1.
1-1 even out here, and Hotashi looking a lot better, a lot more stable up in these rounds. And again, the spacing that he stood at previously was really good too. Just wait for SQ, get that flip. We saw him counter hit. Just the way that Hotashi likes to play, almost like it's a different game. Of the showdown sword. Bloody spins in, clips the low, clips the feet.
Yeah, but burst. Okay. Well, there was a bad burst right there from Hotashi, too far away. But wake up back throw, counting on SQ missing her meaty. She flips out of the corner and actually recovered in time on landing. Hotashi couldn't punish it. And here comes SQ trying to keep this pressure going. Gets the jump H. Here we go in the corner. Nice spin. Beyblades his way out of the corner, but is going to get caught. No burst for Hotashi this time. SQ, round number 1 of game 3.
He really bet on that bar slash record sequence. He had the bar to cancel to stay solid, but guess just thought SQ would get hit with the third hit. Not going to happen. Whips the throw, the backdash too far out. SQ with the back fist. Back to mid-screen. Whip punish.
Ooh, the counter hit on the Beyblade. Here we go. Big damage time here. Wall splat. Just going to jab him through. And here just needs one more potentially solid hit that can lead into a combo. It looked like Hotashi was trying to go up there for a throw. Wait, are you serious?
I think the button was out. Oh, it hit at the very tip. Hotashi with the anti-air super. Brother.
Hey, Conniekins, can we time out PC Genjin in the chat by any chance? You know, for some Potemkin slander, for the Potemkin slander out there. I'm just saying, that's all. Anyways, SQ getting the hit over here, and gonna go through the wall with the laser here. Hard knockdown, big damage. And yeah, you can see how much damage that Nago took because he has the 2 full bars. You almost never see Nago take that much damage previous to the big patch. But there you saw the effect of it in full play right there.
This is what you wanted, James. You wanted him to have lower health. Well, you got it. You got it, James. Arceus was like, what's that, James? You want to have lower health? We got you. But only at that high level blood bar, which you still have good offense. So it's a nerf.
And you know what? That's the thing. It's like, I love it. It's such a smart way to do it rather than just directly saying, okay, your health is worse. They put the risk reward in the blood gauge like that. And, you know, I think that the way they did it was actually way more creative than my suggestion of just nerfing the damage straight up.
Mm-hmm. He's more interactive, which gives you players love to say. He's a lot more interactive. I mean, overall, the character is more interactive. You gotta be careful of the 2S, so we don't see it too often because it can get blessed. And right now, SQ is about to put Hotashi to rest. Look at that sword sense situation. It's over. More about the murder she wrote.
And again, like I said, the reason why Nago was so strong before, and the thing that made Nago so scary, was it always took one more mix-up than every other character. But since Nago could delete you, one more mix-up is the most frightening thing. And so by Nago taking more damage, it just allows a lot of other characters to be able to compete a lot more directly with Nago in terms of number of mix-ups and number of hits they have to find.
Right. Hotashi has a lot of bar, but he's got a lot of blood boosted up. We've seen what happens if he gets clipped. Red RC, SQ, get up close and personal. And I like that she's keeping that same space that Hotashi was doing to her previously. Like, if you try to leave, I'm going to hurt you. Like, don't do it. Don't be foolish.
Oh, wow, SQ had the move already. Actually beat the BRC from Hotashi. SQ 1 round away, but that's 6P. Finding its mark, dashing in there, getting the low. Can SQ kill off of this? I don't think it's going to quite kill. Very
one touch
close.
Though. I mean, this is not going to make the return overseas with the DP starter. He's going to buzz, and there's going to be a
Watch
punish.
out.
No. Oh, I thought the
Watch
sword didn't
out.
be fast enough.
Watch out. Okay.
Mask on, Pushisti.
Oh my gosh, Hotashi, can you do this? Can Hotashi
Brother,
do this? Can
he's
Hotashi
doing
do
it.
this?
He's
bro,
doing it.
Bro, is this gonna kill? Is this going to kill?
It's over. Hotashi from a pixel. From a pixel. From just a bit to do it, Hotashi, because I'm still in the game.
Even
I went
after
over
a
for nothing.
bloodburst. Oh,
Brother.
Hotashi. Showing exactly why Hotashi is considered one of the best Guilty Gear players in the world. With that comeback right here, but can he tie it up 2-2? Is this possible?
5H. The blade spin in, 6H is in. Fukio's with the throw. There you go. Dino on some dirt, bro. Hotashi back from the brink.
This is a mental game for SQ right now. This is a mental game because SQ probably thinking to herself, it's done. I got this. Just need the one hit chip. And then you get that whole comeback on you like that. It takes a lot of mental fortitude to recover from that kind of thing. I believe SQ can do it, but man, we are all but humans who are playing on these controllers for these games, man. It is hard to fight those emotions and those fears sometimes.
Listen, if SQ wins this, just give her the win for the tournament. Just give her the win for the tournament. That was Hotashi coming back from the break. Look at these IPs. Oh, playing serious. But let's the DP fly. Blood bars moves up. Hotashi's right back in. Fukio's in, misses the bite. Burst, offensive style. Stay here in the corner a while.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, minus right there. Tried to backdash afterwards, but of course, Beyblade is minus on block now, so that is definitely a lot more fair, you know. Command throw. Here we go. Going down. Tap Dust has the hit through the wall, and now Hotashi is at match point.
Brother, Hotashi, are you good? Okay, let me stop though, because you gotta make SQ drop. It ain't over just yet. Slight whip punish right there. Buddy spins in, close slash, and you again. The sword normal. He's busting though.
Yeah, that's obviously going to cause a lot of the blood burst right here, but Hotashi's very good at playing with that and doesn't mind it. And here we go. Tries to find the hit. What a tech throw, but the instant air dash back twice in a row now. These instant air dash backs are just blowing up the Beyblade. Oh my God, Hotashi, no, you're done. You're done. I was about to say, can he do it again? But the blood burst, not anywhere near, unfortunately, this time. Here we go. Final game. Final round. Can SQ close this out, or will Hotashi's comeback be one of the greatest comebacks we've seen and allow him to take this set?
Gotta get some sword almost going and flowing. The pump bar is now level 2, but SQ looking for some of these whips. Same with Hotashi. Burst, offensive style right back in the corner. RC's in. Set us up with some of these buttons. Caught the backdash. Red RC does. SQ with the corner carry. Hotashi he's getting pieced up here. James is looking dark for Hotashi. It's looking dark.
Dash back. That should do it. SQ clutches it out. In the end, even after that ridiculous comeback from Hotashi, but I gotta tell you, that comeback from Hotashi is still the moment of the tournament at this point. But shout outs to SQ, clutching it out, able to take the win over Hotashi, and she sends Hotashi into loser's bracket in round number 1.
GG's. Hotashi immediately in the chat said the backdash, he got caught by the record when he did the backdash. Unfortunate. But man, I will say though, like, you had to be the villain, Hotashi. I'm sorry. Like that was the storyline. The storyline is that SQ come back from the brink. You had to be the villain. That's just what the script said.
And again, like I said, it's really impressive for me. You know, obviously it's impressive that SQ was able to clutch it out and win it. But like I said, as an emotional player, it's like I've seen so many players crumble in those kind of situations that Hotashi got that comeback. You know, after something like that happens, I've seen it, you know, in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you know, the Wong factor. People had Justin on the brink drop a combo and then Justin makes the comeback, and then you see how defeated some players get. SQ, I mean, if she ended up losing that last game badly, who could have blamed her after that kind of a comeback from Hotashi,
Right.
you know, but able to withstand that. And, you know, the mental factor of fighting games, the mental fortitude is one of the most underrated parts of getting strong in tournaments, honestly.
Yes. It is so cool to see someone route it back from the brink like that, as you're pointing out. Like, it's also cool to see how it led up to that point. To see Hotashi turn it around was also great too, even from the pixel, from the brink. And now we are not going to turn around from this action. Still in winner's side, Tempest, NYC, going up against Bean. Two Titans. Y'all, again, once again, are just top-level action out from the East Coast. Who's got the most?
All right, and you can see both of these partnered players by Series E, Mike and Ike, and AOC, or Aegon by AOC, here, Bean and Tempest. Oof. And now you see Bean here, got a standard position here. This is where Bean wants to be. Baits out the DP.
That was a delayed one, too, as well. Dash up with the throw. 5K starter overhead. 2S. Into the super. Yes, sir. Going to get that Oki going and flowing. And that bar back for the tension, which is fantastic for Tempest. Run through. No, close slash. Oh, 5P starter.
Just keeps the pressure. But the what you threw after your minus after getting hit by the YRC, and your first reaction is the throw. I mean, that's pretty smart. Tempest was probably expecting Bean maybe after the YRC to take advantage of the plus frames to dash up and back throw into the corner. So that was probably what Tempest was reading, because you want that back. Whoa.
Brother. Like a librarian right now. Into the super. My boy baited out the DP, said, you gonna do it to me, I'll do it to you. Get through the wall. Time for Oki.
Oh, man. Did you call him a librarian? Librarian gorilla? Is that what it is? Librarian
Yes.
gorilla. You came and you rocked my world. Anyway. Oh, man. Okay.
They're too young for that, James. Come on. They're too young.
No one's too young for MJ, dude, for that Michael Jackson. Come on, dude. Come on, dude.
There are
Come
kids
on.
that don't know who that is. All they know is Fortnite.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. He's the king of
dissipating.
pop. He's the king of pop, okay? He is the king of pop.
I agree. I agree. But, you know, these young cats out here only know what they don't even know what a CD is. And they're just, you know, listen, over here, I see James dissipating just like Chip's Hell with those good reads from Tempest. He baits out the DP and maximizes his punishes to make sure he gets the job done. Tempest with the first one.
Dude, I mean, I think I've told the story on this conversation before, but I was talking to a young player, and they were like, do you have CDs? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, how many? I was like, lots. And he's like 12 or 13? I was like, what?
Oh.
I was so mad. I was so mad. I have so many CDs. I still buy CDs, man. I'm sorry. That's how I am, dude.
Yeah, if I'm supporting, like, you know, like my favorite artist, I'll definitely do it. Right now,
Oh, yeah, of course.
there's a lot of good support in terms of Arxis for giving this character some buffs off of Leo, but Tempest has always been strong with it. 2D running it raw, finally getting the hit. The DP comes right back from Tempest, and he gets a side switch. And again, that meaty situation, so good for this character.
And again, Tempest, you know, he has gotten that DP baited, but that's what I mean by, you know, you have to have good selective memory. You know, you forget the losses and stuff like SQ was able to do on that crazy comeback. And you also have to forget about the times that your DP was baited like that, because if they can get you to shut down trying to wake up DP, that is even a better win than punishing the DP every once in a while. You have to keep them guessing. You have.
Say it with your chest and put him to rest. Falls on the fireball. Fantastic anti-air with that. Yo, the layers. I love seeing it. Yo, someone clip that. Send it to me expeditiously. Because Buddy got grizzly.
God.
He got tore up with that one. That was godlike.
That was one of those bounce to yourself slam dunks right there, man. Just 6 p.m. into the fireball like that. It was amazing.
God dang.
Oh, man.
Nasty.
Tempest, NYC. I mean, look, everybody who has seen me commentate these Series E's before knows what a big fan of Bean I am, but Tempest is just showing exactly why he is one of the strongest players and showing that work he is putting in to get to that Frosty Fausting's LCQ for the Arc Revo. Oof.
Dive kick, close slash to RC to bait out the burst. This is the worst. He had that thirst. It's getting quenched. And the only thing that can quench this thirst right now was the health as Tempest goes in for that transaction. Counter hits, trades, whatever. Would have been fine.
Man, Tempest is looking so strong right now, and this is how he's playing going into Frosty Faustings. It is going to be amazing. And, you know, obviously, you're here watching on the Esports Arena channel here, but if you guys do love Guilty Gear action, make sure you pay attention to Frosty Faustings, because that is a Guilty Gear major first and foremost, and you are going to see some of the best Guilty Gear action there ever. So keep an eye on that. That'll be on the first weekend of February.
You spitting. You spitting. Right now, Tempest is going to be spinning in that super OTG. It's over. This one's for you, Morph. Ah! Tempest with a 3-0 against the other king of New York to seal the deal. And you know what's crazy? They play each other so much, and we didn't really touch upon it too often, but they do play each other so much. So these options that they're rotating, they're not even steps ahead, they're flights ahead in terms of having to think about, oh, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. So that's why you might see a random DP or whatever might look random, or a random option, whatever, or him going a little bit more. It's because they play each other so often. They're training partners, and right now they seal the deal. Tempest moving on in this bracket with this Leo. Bro.
Tempest 3-0'd Red Ditto and then 3-0'd Bean. That is impressive start here for Series E this week. So right now, Tempest looking nigh undefeatable. And we did move past the first match in round number 2, which was UMISHO versus Marvelo. If UMISHO advances forward, remember, as I mentioned, Tempest was the player that defeated UMISHO at Combo Breakers. So Tempest very much has the ability to take out UMISHO here in Series E as well. Now, they've gone back and forth since Combo Breaker, but Tempest definitely has that ability for sure. All right, but we are going to now head it back over there to the analyst desk here with Yeso. Yeso, tell us what you think about the matches so far.
James, I think we've had bangers wall to wall so far. We're just about halfway through winners round 2 and a ton of great sets, interesting matchups, and things are starting to shape up really well for the end of the bracket here today. We're going to keep this one quick because I know St. Cola and James Chen want to keep things rolling. We've got great sets ahead of us, but let's just quickly run through kind of where we stand right now. Of course, we finished the second half there of winners round 1. Newmanheimer moving on with a strong 3-0 performance. The other Nago, though, on that side of the bracket, not making it. What a set between Hotashi and SQ. Comebacks from both players. That game 4 from Hotashi to force the tie and force a game 5 was incredible. So much fun to watch. Really kind of walking on a tightrope there in that late round. And Hotashi showing why so many people have considered him one of the best players in Guilty Gear Strive for so long. Continues to be such a talented player, but hats off to SQ holding on there in game 5, looking really solid to finish off that set, and does move on. Of course, Razzo back-to-back weeks facing Solstice early on in the bracket, gets the win here as well. And Adventure moving on. We didn't see this one on stream, but this one was a tight set to a full 5 games, and it does go to Adventure over Diaphone. So that does set us up for winners quarterfinals. UMISHO versus Marvelo. That one is happening off stream. We should have that result very, very soon. We just saw Tempest taking out Bean, and as James mentioned, back-to-back sets 3-0. Tempest appears to be on his game today, so keep an eye on that Leo player as the bracket continues, because Tempest is looking very dangerous. Of course, we will wrap up this winners round 2 with Newmanheimer, Adventure, and then Razzo and SQ. So some really cool matchups on that front. Really quick look down at the loser side of the bracket as well. I already mentioned to you guys earlier, Stealthy moves on, beats Mfcr, will be facing off against the loser of that Razzo SQ matchup. Elsewhere, Red Ditto survives with a 3-0 up against Nitro, and Darkrai stays alive with a very tight set up against Diaphone, 3-2. Rare to see Diaphone going 0-2 in a Series E bracket. Of course, a very talented player with so many different skills in their arsenal. Of course, we've seen Diaphone bring out so many different characters here in Series E, but does unfortunately really fall here. The last set in that losers round 1 is Solstice versus Hotashi. So that's where things are starting to shape up on the loser side of the bracket. But the great thing is we've got 2 great sets ahead of us to wrap up winners quarterfinals. And then we're jumping right into semis, of course, where Tempest is waiting for the result of that UMISHO and Marvelo set. So very much looking forward to it. It's going to be an awesome run to the finish here. This winner side is shaping up so well. And then it's going to be really curious to see who survives on the loser side of the bracket, because of course, as it is every single week here in Series E, there's a ton of talented players down there early because you're really good if you're getting invited to this bracket. So very much looking forward to how it shapes out. But I believe we're ready to go back to the casters, Cola and James Chen, and keep things rolling. So I'm going to hand it right back over to those gents.
Welcome back here. We are continuing on with the round 2 winner side action here for Series Ear, Guilty Gear, Series Ear, Guilty Gear Strive action. You know what? You talk, Cola. I'm
I get it, James. We just saw some nasty ass action all the way through this past couple of hours, and we're not even through. We still have more on the deck. We already had Yeso go through some of the bracket, who's been losing, who's been winning. I already saw some wild takes up on Twitter. LaPriest, I see you, my boy, saying if we ban Happy Chaos, we should ban Jacko because is that making his adventure all the way through the brackets, and we'll be seeing more of that. We're seeing still also some Axel Stealthy is down there too as well, but Ditto's still in. Being in Darkrai will be part of the losers rounds of things. Solstice and Hotashi will still have to play, and then up in the winner side, we have the likes of Umi and Marvelo, Newmanheimer, Adventure, and then Razzo and SQ. So there's still a lot of variety for all of you.
That's the match that we're gonna see.
Newmanheimer
versus Adventure. This is the one.
Where's he at? Where's he at right now? He's fuming. He like alluding to his character with just steam coming out of his ears.
I can hear the train whistle. With the steam coming out there. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, Newmanheimer says, you know what? You don't have to ban this character. I'll take him out anyway. And you can see this corner pressure here. Adventure has to find his way out. And this is the tough part for Jacko, is that defense. How do you get out of there? But manages to do it and gets the corner. This is risky now for Newmanheimer. But you see Newmanheimer with the 6Ps against all the minions. Such a good job taking out the minions, not giving Adventure any chance to use them.
Very smart styling right here. Denying that before they get applied in terms of pressuring and damage, and gets a bite. One more hit, it'll be good night. 5H, and that's it. Had the auto zone with the clone to lock Adventure down, and then just gets right in for that last touch, that last finish. Newmanheimer know what to do. And DPs immediately after the bloody spin, they said you could just interact with this character even easier. I don't believe that. Off the bloody spin at least. That's still a wild move.
The interact is choose your way to die. Do you want to die by command throw? Do you want to die by counter hit? Or do you want to die by... That's the interaction that you get against Nago.
I mean, he got with the blood bar, I get it, but someone like Newmanheimer is going to be doing a good job of calculating how to, utilize that properly. And we see that applied right there. And also denying the minions from coming in. That's going to be Jacko's one of her strongest points in any matchup, is getting those minions, start up the pressure, even up blocking at a drop because the risk gauge is all boosted up. You're wasting FD bar to get some space, but it's not going to happen in this place because Newmanheimer is cooking. First game to him.
Yeah, we've often talked about it, against, for example, Zato players, that you hit Eddie on purpose and maybe take a small hit from Zato himself, but without Eddie, Zato can't do as much damage. It's not as true as it was before with the better routes, but with Jacko, it's the similar situation, right? If you can kill the minions, and then she punishes you, on whiff or something like that with a little bit of damage, she can't do as much damage without the minions. So, sometimes it's a risk that you want to take.
Let's get something started. Confirm from 2S does RC to make sure the job is done, and he's won. Adventure coming back from the brink, and you talked about it. That damage is not going to go in flow unless the Mincer coming through, but Adventure with the round start, the 2D.
Yeah, gets that and forces the burst out of Newmanheimer. Newmanheimer, it's going to be hard for him to get another burst by the end of this round. Possible, especially if you get counter hits like that. And here we go, the command throw, bringing his blood gauge all the way back down. So going to be high defense rating again. But Adventure now trying to find his way out, tries to do it with the RC. Look at this push, attempt to push to the other side of the corner now. Trying to push full screen.
Getting a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. You see the slashes coming through from Adventure, stopping the 5H from coming through. Slower at that distance can be more of a. Never mind, he's fine. Far slash is the button of choice. I was going to say 5H was getting stuck. Goes for far slash this time. Newmanheimer gets clipped, but he's still fine. Not a lot of damage just yet.
Now back to this pseudo zoning for Adventure. It's a zoning to look for the opportunity to get the minion machine going here. Adventure sitting on a lot of bar, hasn't chosen to activate yet. Instead, goes for the double RC. Remember, we saw Newmanheimer do that in the previous match. Adventure trying it back on him, and you see, because like Newmanheimer's like, look, I did this earlier. I know you're gonna do it. Block that whole situation. Did get opened up in the end anyway, but still, Newmanheimer showing the prediction and the reads right there for that little bit.
Let's see how things progress. I like Newmanheimer's game plan overall, but Adventure, again, he's just a complete package when it comes to Jackos. He's so good about fighting anywhere on the screen with his character, confident with the normals, even against a character like Nago, and has made some great round start decisions. We saw the 2D previously. Right now, he's backs off, but the 5K in play is going to take off half the health of Adventure, and now you got to be super careful. The armor, but then you see the patience from Newmanheimer. Gets a 2H. Man, calmly.
Just had juggles in the corner for days over there. Oh my gosh, that 5H ate that 2D for lunch. But, you know, Adventure, if he can get the corner going here, and if he can get some meter for perhaps the meter boost, but the meter gain you can see is so slow for Adventure right now. Finally starting to get some meter going over here. But the corner.
Far slash.
What hit?
He cut through two other minions to get in him. That far slash coming through, and that's kind of been the button of choice to clip the minions and clip Adventure at a distance. Like, he's fine for Adventure to back off, to let that, so it's not a close slash anymore, becomes a far slash. And that's been, once again, a pain point bad position, though, for Newmanheimer.
Here we go, Adventure got the Jacko position right now. Here we go. Just going for the corner. I love that chicken block from Newmanheimer. And you see right there, he was able to land and recover and get the offense going off of that situation. And here we go. Oh, burst, Adventure. Yeah, has to use the burst. This is their last. Oh, block. You're dead. You're dead.
Look at the calls from Newmanheimer. Just, he baiting the defensive options continuously. Knew the bar at the bottom. What else is Jacko going to go for, right? Like, she's got to go for YRC or Source Sun, like, or empty, I guess, but that's not really going to help out that situation. And dang, Newmanheimer just too nasty, bro. Just the timing that he has with his buttons, his economy of buttons is really great. We saw the 2H clip, just waiting for the shield to dissipate, and he goes, bam, immediately. Oh, he's a beast.
Yeah, and here we go, Newmanheimer trying to continue forward in the bracket, seeded number 2 over here, up 2-1 against Adventure. Let's see if Adventure can find a way to get in. Gets it with the 2K, but didn't chain it into the 2D, interestingly enough. Not sure why not there. But there's a 2D right there, punishing the recovery of the 2H from Nago.
Yeah, staying solid right here. Dash up, does, finds it open, do something different with the close slash. Now we're seeing the dust come back up to the table and finding a good corner carry positioning right here. Oh, he glistened it, but until the 5K.
Oh,
Newmanheimer's defensive 5Ks, far slashes have been fantastic this entire match.
Dude, she was just spinning there, crouching. It's like, how many kicks is Jacko going to throw out? But here we go, activation. Oh, God, I think he got hit by all 3 minions. Every single one of them was like, wow. Oh, man.
Look at the fortune 2D comes through, stopping the bloody spin before it can come in. Yeah, that was so important because we see what happens when Newmanheimer gets that situation. But into the super, this is even better for Adventure. Gonna get that wall break, gonna get that Oki going and flowing. Fantastic for a character setup style that is Jacko.
Here we go. Big lead to try to tie it up 2-2, but we've seen what Nago can do. We've seen how Nago can make your health melt. We saw the comebacks from Hotashi. Ooh. Nice. Oh, he got hit. No, actually, that was a block. That was a block. Uh-oh. Yeah, you're done. You're done at that point. Yeah. Newmanheimer was trying to be very aggressive there, tried to, assert himself. Ended up using a little bit too much of that blood gauge, and so there you go. Newmanheimer goes down, and Adventure ties it up 2-2.
That's a good sign that Newmanheimer, I should say, the likes of Adventure is doing a really good job right here because he's putting Newmanheimer off his paces. So he's risked with these blood bars being boosted up. He's not noticing. Newmanheimer's not noticing it all the time, or he's not. We're taking too many risks to try to get things started, and that's a really good sign when you find the likes of Nago this season. Go the burst too far out. Unfortunately, I'm going to get a gold edition. Adventure's taking that defensive thing off the table.
Yeah, Adventure right now, again, playing that pseudo-zoning with Jacko, trying to find the opportunity to get forward. You see, drops out the minions and then inches forward little by little, gets the knockdown. That's the signal to dash in, and now here comes Adventure. Throws him out of the kickback throw, but a wake-up super from Adventure is going to be able to kill. And there you go. Adventure's at match point.
Even Jackos wake up super. However, Newmanheimer with a better round start. We haven't really seen that come through, him having good round starts, and Adventure still trying to get that side switch. IB ain't gonna save you still, because I'm up close and personal. The dust again opens up the situation. This is looking nasty. Counter hit.
And here we go, big damage in the corner here. Just kick him in the corner over here. And there you go. The reset, but it's not enough to kill yet. Can Newmanheimer pull a Hotashi comeback? Well, this is a great start. The burst,
the blood bar.
He's still alive. Oh, the minion activated. He traded with the jump in, with the 5P. It was enough to kill. What a fortunate trade for Adventure, and Adventure sends Newmanheimer into the losers bracket. What?
If that was timed just a little bit differently, we would have been seeing final game, final round possibly. But with that sick mix-up in the corner, with the fantastic 5P anti-air right there, with the amount of pressure you put on Newmanheimer to try to get in and forcing him to spend so much blood bar and taking advantage of the fact that even though she's got low damage, it's going to hurt a lot more with that blood bar boosted up.
Yes.
Ooh-wee. Good play from Adventure, moving on in the bracket. And brother, you know what that means. You can't say anything about Nago for a while. I'm just kidding. He's fair. He's fair. I'm messing with him. He hasn't done the bro. I hate this matchup. I have to fight. It's like, bro, they gotta fight you. You like a top Jacko. Do you see how this, bro? I bet if I go to Newmanheimer, if he was streaming and he had a camp, he'd be just sweat pouring out of his face because holding those mixes is so difficult to deal with. Even if you have a good defensive 5K mash, it leads into so much. It doesn't matter because. It's hard.
Jacko can cover those. Yeah, she can cover those holes really well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, but we've got three people into the round 3 winner side. It's UMISHO versus Tempest. As you know, I mentioned that's going to be a good one right there. But then Adventure's going to be going up the winner between Razzo and SQ. And remember, SQ was the one sending Hotashi to losers bracket. So if we're going to see Hotashi or Newmanheimer win, they're probably one of them's going to have to eliminate the other.
Ooh. I mean, only one's gonna leave this arena today. That's just how it be for any tournaments, you see. Yo, jumpy! But here we go, close slash. Oh, fortunately, Razzo goes for the burst and has a fantastic round start up in the corner against SQ.
All I just imagine now is that thanks to Adventure winning, we're going to see more banning Jacko talk in the chat maybe or something. You know?
I'm for it. That character is a nasty character, but we still have 2 top-tier characters and players out here. Razzo trying to get that 2K in play, but the far slash coming through in the clutch to stop that. It stopped it from coming out. Good button choice.
Didn't quite get the side switch right there that we saw SQ get before. Nice defensive jump back punch. And yeah, you can't run out and avoid the explosion of that sword. No. Here we go. Not quite enough to kill yet. SQ no meter. So does Razzo. Yes, BRC's in there. And SQ was being aggressive after the wall break, even though Razzo had the BRC, but manages to get the throw and takes the win.
Sheesh. Gets the throw immediately, saw the empty bubble. This time gets a side switch, the run through, another grip. Up in the corner, back turn, overhead block. SQ blocking a lot of these sequences and finds really good defense right here with the 5P. Yeah.
Ooh, and the delay, that looked like it was going to be a run-up throw, but instead it was a run-up 5P and got the hit, but it doesn't matter because Leo and Razzo just came back and just deleted Ramlethal at the end of that round.
Razzo trying to find a way in 6P, whip, the 2K, not able to get the 2D. Unfortunately, no knockdown. It denies the jump D, which is the 5K in play. Counter right back and forth, they're slugging it out. Back fist ends it with the second hit with the Rekka.
Goes for the meaty, gets the meaty, misses the 6H. Whoa, delayed flash kick out of nowhere. Gonna get the wall splat, the run through over here. Look at this. That one slightly delayed off-timing flash kick could potentially win Razzo the round. Never mind, because you've got enough meter for RC. Doesn't even bother with it, just lets the laser finish the job. SQ taking game number 1. Again, SQ sending Hotashi to losers. Can SQ take out next Razzo and send Razzo to losers bracket? Bro.
She's like, I'm the God Slayer, if not the goddess out here. SQ, that anti-air and just how aggressive that she's being with against the person that's aggressive like Razzo. With a character like Leo, is no small feat, ram or not. All right, like the way she's playing is ridiculous. Look at that whip punish against the armor point, let it loose, and let's fly the sword too as well. Doesn't get the explosion, but still, all this pressure, forcing Razzo to find a way in. Oof. 2D is the way to play.
All right, SQ now trapped in the corner, gonna get sent through the wall. So Razzo with the advantage over here. Oh my God, that backdash into forward dash 2D. That thing went, it's like a missile, dude. Oh.
I heard you like, no. The parry coming through in the clutch. Now Razzo doing better rotation of options. In terms of defense, now we see the parry coming through when the back turn happens instead of just going for the throw. Something that SQ has to worry about.
Tried to guard point right over there, but too far away. Again, Ramlethal's range when she has the swords is basically second to none. Except maybe Nago with blood gauge, but you know, that's another story. That's why Nago and Ram are both so good. Their neutrals are so strong. Characters with swords, man, let me tell you. Actually, everybody has a sword in this game, so.
Well, some have a gun.
Yeah,
and they have more fun.
Fair.
Did that run through? Ooh.
Fair.
But Razzo equipped with the 2 swords to take SQ down to the ground. It's 1-1 right now.
Like, that
Razzo
was
coming
fast.
back. That was
that
quick.
game 2 was so fast. Wait a second. I thought that was still the first round. What the heck?
I think we have more. Wait, what?
Oh my gosh. All right, 1-1. Just like that. And let's see if Razzo can keep this going and see if she can take out SQ and basically keep trucking with all of the high placements that Razzo has week after week here at Series E.
Right. Yeah, punish, force up the burst. Ran the whole record sequence, but you see Razzo getting the block and the punish. 5K. Dash up, gets the throw. Her dash has so much momentum in the fadeaway. Forcing the burst here from Razzo. That's so good. But can they keep up the momentum? 2D, no RC after it from Razzo.
Oh boy, here we go. Look at this damage. Got all this meter. Didn't even need the Moribato to hit. He actually died when he hit the wall before the super even connected. Razzo, Leo was like, nah, you know what? You don't get the satisfaction of the super. I'm going to die now. Sorry.
Just next round. Just keep it going. Okay, windshield wipers in play. Has got the bar. You see some RC situation right here. Was looking for something, but unfortunately got clipped with the 2D counter hit. Now go to the corner for that one.
And here we go. Gonna get sent through the wall. Razzo just needs one more hit, one more little mix-up, but the BRC to get in here. SQ trying to find their way in. Spends another bar. Look at this. Oh, I'm gonna go for the laser. Gonna go for the hard knockdown. One more mix-up now for either player, but Razzo's the one with the meter. Wakes up with the meter, has the BRC behind, the RC behind it to keep it safe.
Yep, use the red RC to stay up in the game. Razzo's going to have to use something. They're going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat, and they are fine with doing so. Lucky. Game to game, round to round.
Yeah, that one just came down. They both dashed up into the middle of the screen. Both swung, and one of them came out faster than the other. Oh, nice whip punish! Oh, so nice.
And now SQ's got him caught up in the corner. DP delayed RC, 6P's him right back in the corner. The finesse and plus, it's time to put them to rest. Moribato, she wrote. That is pure murder because that is 2 games from SQ. This might be the Godslayer. This might be. It's got the sword. Only be one.
It's like I said, I was about to say Razzo got really fortunate that his flash kick just barely clipped Ramlethal so that she was able to RC it and keep herself safe, but it didn't matter. SQ still found the hit, finished it, and here we go, up 2-1 over Razzo. Oof. Man. SQ really looking like the Godslayer today. Taking out Hotashi first, and now Razzo, 2 of the players who consistently finish top at the of the Series E tournaments.
The footsies from SQ are unreal right now. Being able to delete that 5K starter, and now look at the reward. Puts Razzo up in the corner. Super again. Bad situation. Razzo does have bar for the DP, but however, SQ safe jump, staying solid.
Oh no, missed the juggle, but gets the air throw, but threw him out of the corner. So that's why he goes for the Zvite to switch sides. She wants to get the corner position back, but SQ says no. I'm just gonna go right into the Moribato, put myself at match point. And here we go. Razzo, can she make this comeback?
This will be looking hard. Careful that 2D. Things have been whipped, and SQ's been getting the hit. Back fist, check my wrestler's bar at the bottom. All that bar built up because SQ's been a continuous battery with these normals. F these out of there. Okay, Razzo now able to work up in this corner. Close slash 2-as. There's that far slash red RC side switch.
That's the side switch, yeah.
Oh, God. This is going to be damaging.
Out the burst. Oh. All right, hard knockdown. Razzo has some resources, though. RC in. Here we go. Can Razzo find a way to make this comeback? There's that dash up 2D. Back turn mix up. Didn't punish the whip. That means SQ is going to advance forward with the Moribato finish. SQ now sending Razzo to losers bracket.
Put another head on my mantle, says SQ, as she works with this nasty ass bracket. This is not just like, oh, my locals or whatever. This is not just, oh, yeah, I got to get through pools first. You're getting the top cream of the crop out here. We're not going to stop because SQ moving on. Bro, if SQ, I ain't gonna prophesize no demise. Let me stop. But if she did, I wouldn't be surprised the way she's playing. Footsy's immaculate. Optimization immaculate. The fact that she's playing at this high level, like high action, high speed, I should say, up against like Razzo, and doing so continuously, like, is insane right now. Next level. She on one today.
Boy. Oh, yeah. And I mean, look, Tempest, SQ, probably the 2 players looking the strongest right now. They could potentially run into each other here in winners finals, but Tempest has to get through UMISHO and SQ has to get through Adventure. So again, no easy matches here at Series E. No easy matches whatsoever. And speaking of actually UMISHO and Tempest, I believe that's the next match that we're just going to have here coming up on stream. So yeah, here we go. Winner semifinals, UMISHO going up against Tempest NYC. This is, I mean, I guess you could call it a rivalry here because like I said, Tempest has been able to defeat UMISHO at Combo Breaker, for example. And since then, definitely a back and forth match between these 2 players. So Tempest out here getting geared up for Frosty Faust. I wonder if UMISHO is going to Frosty Faustings. Do we know? Probably, right? I would imagine. I mean, she's sponsored by Razzo. I can't see why she wouldn't end up going. So we'll see. We'll see.
She's already qualified, but like at this point, like why not go out there and get practice? Because Arc Revo finals will be in like 2 months right after that. So you might as well fight the best of the best so that you can be primed and proper and ready for the rest. And honestly, I'd like to see her go Make some upsets. I'd like to see her ruin some people's dreams. I want to see the tweets. I want to see the salt from the Happy Chaos haters that are sitting in the Discord, gatekeeping, sitting in the Discords, typing out messages, saying, okay, if there's a tournament, there's a Happy Chaos, we got to get ready, guys and gals. We got to get out there and start hating on this character. They're already out here trying to cancel Happy Chaos for having that shooting in between the RC
Yeah,
thing.
the glitch, the RC glitch. Yeah.
It's like 35% chance of the shot happening, so like... Yeah, I don't know. I think y'all are kind of wild for that. But Umi is not strong just because of her character pick. Obviously, that is part of it, as any top player knows. But the way that she works on defense is so good. We've seen her survive things that other Happy Chaos players have not. That's why you see her winning tournaments, and not many other Happy Chaos players winning tournaments besides like Tiger Pop and who else is doing it? I don't know.
I love it. Lapras Laprise is still saying ban Jacko over Happy Chaos.
I agree. Let's go. You know what? You spit today. You finally spit.
Oh, there's that cross-up roll into the gunshot. And again, just the ability to shoot at any point in time is it's so scary. Oh, goes low and then immediately into overhead, raw overhead. But here comes UMISHO in the corner pressure.
I think it's still gonna hit. But she got pushed back. Yeah, you did okay. Good enough.
Okay.
A lot of range on that burst. Because if that wasn't, it would have been the worst. Now it's Tempest's time to party.
I mean, that's great for Tempest. Gets the burst hit, and UMISHO loses that meter. So here we go. Finally, UMISHO with the bar, and you see immediately she spends it on the YRC. That's why, getting that meter down was good, because now UMISHO, literally with no meter at all, has to deal with this mix-up. Gets to the other side. I didn't think he was going to make it to the other side either, honestly. But Tempest made it over there and gets the hit.
Well positioned. But I guess that makes sense for the likes of Tempest. However, Umi with the corner carry, Slump Dog Millionaire. Here's the throw, though, disallowing any more of that mix. Here's the overhead from Tempest, blessing the dome, christening the cranium. Through the wall you go.
Tempest again starting off here with a nice start here with round number 1. And, people have said that he's been grinding for this Frosty Faustings. And so you can see putting in all the work. And like I said, in that combo breaker match, it felt like he was one of the people that really, really studied the Happy Chaos match and allowed him to defeat UMISHO. But UMISHO coming back now with the super through the wall.
Look at the resource management from Umi. Spending all these, bullets, obviously, and then go for the super to get the wall break situation. However, here's the 2D from downtown, the floppy fish. This is it.
He might be dead.
Oh, might be. This is Leo. This is the king of the jungle himself. Kingly damage.
You are dead. You are dead. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion kills tonight. Oh, man. There we go.
Tiny.
King of the jungle taking game number 1.
Yeah, the first one right here from Tempest, staying alive in all these situations. Obviously, you have to choose between damage and corner carry, and Umi, she's alive for more for the corner carry, which makes sense. You want to slump. But the wake-up decisions from Tempest have been saving the day. Getting them back, those and things like that have been real good. So Umi's going to have to think about rotating what she does after the slump situations. First game to Tempest, though. Better round start from Umi.
Oh, man, already into the corner, already the wall break, just like that. 93 seconds still left, and then tries to run in and just gets shot. Just gets shot right in the face, and here we go, through the wall again. This looking like it's a... Oh, my God. Did you jump? And you... Wait, what move put her... Was that backdash?
Backdash RC...
Backdash would have been blue RC.
You're right. PRC.
Yeah, what move did he do to put himself in the air like that?
I'm not sure.
Clone, right, of course.
RC. That's nasty against a 2K, which is smart. And look at this. Umi with a fat reward already in the game on the board, or round on the board. Trying to get a game.
Oh, missed the juggle right there. Gets to the other side and then the backdash at the last second over there. Catching Tempest, crouch blocking. Here we go, UMISHO trying to tie this up. Gets the hit.
But
not going to be able to get the combo to convert, but got the shot from full screen. That'll do it right there. UMISHO 1-1 versus Tempest NYC.
Everything's out with some nasty mix with it. We talked about how she was so ready for the nerfs, the first wave of nerfs that happened to that character. She's like, cool, if you have nerfs, I have mix. She had a whole folder full of it too as well, and we're seeing it damn near every time she comes on the screen, right? And that's the first time I've seen clone PRC. Maybe I'm bugging. Chat, let me know if that's the first time y'all have seen it. But another reason why we nerf it. Nerf the character.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No, I've definitely seen UMISHO do it in the past. When someone mentioned it, I was like, oh, that's right. I remember seeing her do that before. So it is definitely something that she uses. But the fact that it puts you airborne so that when you PRC forward, it low crushes over those 2Ks and stuff like that is just ridiculous.
That's smart. Brother, that is super smart. Let's see if Tempest can find a way, gets a counter play. Not sure what Umi did, but they're getting opened up. And all it takes is one touch.
Yeah.
There it is, the throw.
And, you know, we've talked about this before, you know, that one of the things that makes UMISHO so strong is her defense. Like, the decisions that she makes while defending, she's usually very aware of what the opponent wants to do. But you can see how strong Tempest is with his mix-ups right now, that he is managing to open UMISHO up in the corner.
Full punish right here. Umi will take full advantage with the heavy shots of the Glock. Ain't no fool with that tool. Get that super. Allows Umi for some mix.
Alright, how's UMISHO gonna... Oh, just goes ahead and throws on the She-Hulk perfume right there. Gets that onto Tempest. And is he going to be able to kill off of this? I think he should be able to. Oh, especially because he got the wall. But actually, no, never mind. But the gunshot's still going to be able to do it with a perfect from UMISHO. Ooh. Wow, who's going to take game number 3? This is going to give them the 2-1 lead.
Umi coming back from the brink. Dash cancel. Plus frames on the gun whip. Don't press the dang button again. Plus frame situation. Like that jump H wasn't deep dish enough to maybe find a follow-up. We'll get the knockdown. Throw tech. 2K, 2D connects. And the shots of the Glock should get the wall pit. No, not close enough. But hey, this distance is fine for Umi. Until the 2D, my bad.
Like I said, it's like a torpedo. I'm gonna call that dashing 2D is the torpedo, is the Leo torpedo at this point. And there we go, the burst. The burst right there. Maybe I should call the torpedo, maybe. Oh my God,
Torpedo.
through him! And no burst. There's nothing UMISHO can do to escape that. Tempest going up 2-1 over UMISHO.
We talked about how good her rotation of defensive options are, but when you play someone for so long, they start to catch on some of those habits and find answers. Tempest now getting a grip against a clone situation that had been kind of messing up the neutral just a little bit, besides just the RC stuff, just maybe denying some of these normals that you like to see if you're Leo. Tempest might be sending Umi down to losers. This, I'm not gonna say it's an upset, but like,
Duel 1.
dang.
I mean, if Tempest manages to take this, everyone knows how much I love adventure, but I would love to see Tempest and SQ go at it, because right now these two players are looking the most on point this week so far. Tempest 3-0ing his previous 2 opponents here and up 2-1 versus UMISHO at this point. But again, UMISHO can never be counted out, because look at this. Here we go. Corner, carry, clear across the screen. You are now trapped again.
YRC.
Oh, what a YRC in the back throw. That's what I talked about, getting the plus frames on the YRC and then going for the back throw. Oh,
like that YRC from Umi, deleting the back to situation. That's going to be a whip punish. That's going to be nasty damage. One more bullet in the chamber.
Kill? Yeah.
Duel 2.
Okay, UMISHO trying to bring it to 2-2, trying to get to the last game.
This will help. Bait out the burst. With that stank too as well, making sure all the shots happen. Yo, are you kidding me? What are these jungles? Let this man touch the ground. He's going down.
Playing some serious hot potato over here. Now with this corner pressure. YRC though finds his way out of there. Tempest gets the hit, but the check from UMISHO on the meaty situation there. Perhaps Tempest trying to chase down a backdash out too far away for that flash kick to do anything. And we are going to a final game number 5.
I felt that. I felt that flash kick. I felt everything. I felt everybody around the world that has some sort of reversal felt that too. Like, I'd have been frustrated. But it's definitely frustrating to play someone like Umi, no matter how many times you play them. Character aside, just the way that she plays, and it feels like it's bad manners. But it's honestly maybe part of that. But it's not just about that. I mean, the character is just, it's hard to get in, and when someone's so solid from stopping you, rotating the resources right, where they always feel like they always have a bullet in the gun. Against other Happy Chaos players, it's not as consistent, but someone like Umi, it's damn near perfect.
Well, that's what UMISHO's going to want to do over here if she wants to take out Tempest. NYC realizes that Tempest was playing very cautious on the offense, was able to dash up and get the throw. There we saw the back dash RC for the blue RC. Even is able to apply the stank as well. Oh yeah, there it is right there. That should be the end of it. Spending all the meter to make sure. UMISHO match point with a perfect.
Umi. Back from the break, this was looking like it was defeat right here, but Tempest now pinned against the wall round start, and these round starts have been fantastic. Going for the wall break, getting that tension right back up, stank immediately, and then before the negative tension could come through, and back again, red RC, burst, just can't even do it. You can't even burst.
Yeah, burst safe combo, burst safe, and that's why UMISHO went with that RC back, the back RC to turn it into that burst safe combo. And UMISHO activates. Oh boy, free concentration, baby. This is gonna be tough, especially after that throw. Tempest has got to play basically he's on his last life. He's trying to 1cc the shmup. And he's got to avoid every single bullet. He has no more bombs. And look at this. It's starting to happen. It's happening.
So I'm the king. Hold on now. I'm the king. Could be over. Close slash. RC. Yes, all the IB immediately RCs. Is going to go for the run through. One touch. There's the throw. The Umi. Called him trying to leave. Said, I'm not done with you. Okay, now you're through.
There it is. UMISHO. Still coming through in the end after Tempest getting that 2-1 lead. So we will not be seeing, no matter what happens in the next match, our Tempest and SQ matchup here. UMISHO saying, look, I know that they're playing really, really well right now, but I'm UMISHO. I'm UMISHO. What are you going to do?
Shoot, what can you really do? I mean, this is looking real nasty, though. I mean, the way that Umi's playing in terms of, like, just adjusting the quick adjustments and stuff like that, when things aren't working, the rotation of options, I say that a lot because it's very important to look at how she rotates her options in terms of defense, but also offense. And honestly, anybody else would have broken down the situation where Tempest was starting to come back, because some players are even stronger when they're at that last bit where they only have one hit with it. Like, you have to be careful about playing, because they throw up like volume. They're like, if I'm on the line and I got to be okay, I'm going to find a way to play. I'm going to try to get this, few hits to do it. And Leo does so much damage. And there's so many decisions that you have to make when Leo gets the run through and things like that. So for her to get that throw at the very end takes a lot of mental stack to be cleared off. Umi moving on the bracket over Tempest. We might see the fight again, but that might be not until they fight in losers or possibly grands. But I'm getting too far. We still have way more action to play out here at Series E.
Yeah, but I mean, speaking of the loser side, Yeso did talk about it. Darkrai beat Diaphone. Solstice beat Hotashi. So Hotashi actually went 0-2 this week here. But Razzo then 3-0'd Stealthy. Newmanheimer and Red Ditto. I'm not sure what the score was, but Newmanheimer has advanced forward. Darkrai defeated Bean. So that Gold Lewis just swatted Bean away. And then Marvelo, however, with his chip, defeated Solstice 3-2. And then Marvelo was able to move on and defeat Darkrai 3-2. So Marvelo is waiting in loser semifinals right now and looking really, really strong. And Razzo and Newmanheimer have to play each other in loser side. Razzo and Newmanheimer have to play each other in loser side.
It's it's great because it's like a rotation continuously of like the top level players. They're so consistent, but that's a good sign for them. Even if they're not winning all the time, but if they're showing up in like top 8 and thing like that with the stack bracket, it just shows you how consistent these players are. Winning or not, it just shows you once again, no matter what the bracket, they're still going to be placing as they should. So, a character or not, Chad, sometimes it's a good decision to have a good character, but it takes a lot of work to be at this top level, okay? And to stay this consistent, You got to give him props right now. Adventure and SQ, let's see what it do. SQ's been claiming a lot of heads. Adventure might be the next one.
Yeah, SQ had been looking so strong again, taking out Razzo, and before that Hotashi. So an impressive body count list on the way for herself. But Adventure here, look at this. Now we've got the Jacko corner position. What do you do to this? What do you do? I mean, there are some corner pressure situations here where I think the way to escape it is to purposely get hit by certain moves, and then that flips you out. But then I think the Jackos, if they expect it, can keep punishing you. But yeah, it's a scary proposition getting put in that corner.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that. That's the rotation of things that you have to deal with, especially the likes of Adventure, who is, again, such a big threat in all areas of this character. So let the minion to get behind him, and that's a bad. If you were holding that on block, that's plus. However, SQ, the dash up, I like that. On the get the corpse run, to get some distance out of that corner. But here's a red RC. Not able to get the corner switch, though. We'll take that damage in the corner carry. Yeah.
But here we go, back to this, and 3 minions are out. 3 minions are out, that's dangerous, but okay, actually they're all gone now. So Adventure back to this, the pseudo zoning, which is what I call what Ed does with Jacko. Oh, the BRC in there, but that move is so active, so many active frames, couldn't make it through, and Adventure taking down SQ in game number 1. So Adventure and perhaps Adventure and UMISHO showing us that regardless of how good that Tempest and SQ are playing, that they are still human, they are still vulnerable.
Right. I mean, listen, I'll be in Adventure's corner the moment they do something with this or any character, or if they do on this character when it's properly balanced. Otherwise, this is Street Fighter Turbo Akuma type stuff, and I will not be swayed. Now, I don't want to flood the chat with this, so I'm leaving it alone here. No, I'm just kidding. That copy pasta is so funny. But the way Adventure is playing, if I got hit with it, I'd be feeling like that too.
Yep, and here we go to the corner position. Oh no. Oh no. It's happening in the chat over here. I'm sorry I contributed. I'm sorry I contributed to it. I'm sorry. But here we go.
Oh, the super!
No. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit by the burst. But yeah, the burst has enough invul right there. So great timing from SQ to be able to get that meter out as well. But doesn't matter. Adventure still with a giant lead and the pressure, but never mind the YRC turning things around. Speaking of YRC, yep, goes for the low afterwards. SQ expecting maybe Adventure to steal a turn, but nope. Adventure just going with the 2K2D.
There's an air right there. Careful to jump D. Gets a counter hit, but not much off of it. It's only one touch, and the minion will definitely help that for the finish. SQ with no bar. It was going to be a wrap either way.
Adventure looking strong here, looking good. And like we said, you know, Jacko got nerfed a little bit. But if that means that Ed had to become an even stronger player, that's what happened with Tokido in Street Fighter 4. You know, he used to rely on Akuma's Vortex, and Akuma got nerfed, and he just decided to keep playing Akuma, and he says that actually made his fundamentals even stronger, and thanks to that, he was able to win EVO in Street Fighter 5.
That's true. All right, now. SQ ain't done just yet, because when this character puts you in the corner, it's a pure amount of pressure. It's the same, well, it's a different sort in terms of not needing mix, but the same sort of, it feels like it's inescapable. Especially because SQ plays this way, the jump back K, close slash, FD, no space up in this place. You're dead.
Checked him try to move forward after he threw the sword, threw out that 5K, caught Adventure trying to either move forward or poke. So SQ making sure Adventure couldn't get out of the corner there, takes it, trying to tie it up 1-1.
Minion kick, call SQ lacking. Oh, they slack it into the super, and this is good once again. Getting Oki is fantastic for the likes of Adventure, plus the bar back, and no health to play with. SQ has to make some desperate decisions, and they don't have any bar for defense, so just get clipped, and that's it. A perfect KO from the likes of Adventure. Nitro, where are you at? Where are you at? What are you saying in the chat? Oh, it's an impossible matchup? Where are you, my guy? Where are you? Got me all tight saying that in the chat.
calling out Nitro like that, man. What did he call you Joey at some point in time? I mean, like, are you what do you have against Nitro right now, man?
Mans was capping up in the chat, bro. He says it's an impossible matchup, but the way Adventure is playing, or it is hard for Jacko. I ain't gonna cap. It is hard for Jacko, but the way Adventure is playing is fantastic. Good round start decisions, good corner carry, good corner pressure, and having these big leads makes it hard for SQ to make the return the roll receipt. It's not happening.
Man, Jacko, man. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, Jacko, very similar to the Happy Chaos thing. Now, obviously, she's not as strong as Happy Chaos is, but it's just one of those characters that hard to make work. But if you fight someone who can make her work, it is just, this is, you're seeing it. You're seeing exactly what happens. And I'll tell you the most difficult thing about high execution, difficult to use characters. The hardest thing about these characters is it is hard to find someone to practice against.
Right.
Because there are not a lot of Jackos and not a lot of Happy Chaoses. If you aren't practicing against Nitro or Ed or, UMISHO's Happy Chaos, who do you look for that practice to fight these characters? It's hard. It's hard.
You have better luck hitting the CPU, to be honest, at this point. Level 8 to do something. But SQ needs all the luck in the world right now to survive, because it's one good fat sequence from Adventure, and they're putting all this bar 2 as well. They've been so good about throwing out the minion and stopping the approach from this character of Ram. There's the area right there. Counter hit, 6H, sword send situation, explosion, dust. You can see for the follow-up.
And Alpha has the real quote right there in the chat, Got the broken characters in the game and lists every character in the game. That is Guilty Gear. Everyone know he says, you are not a Guilty Gear player unless you hate every character in the game and think that they are brutally unfair.
That's 100%?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Adventure. Man. Just one hit to do it. Look at all the minions. It's a union.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, there's some the minions just chilling there. Oh my god.
RC
got in there, but the burst. Adventure still had the burst. Gets over the sword. SQ trying to chip with the sword, but now no swords, so no range. Okay, finally a sword coming back, but you took so much chip damage. 6 seconds left on the clock, but the air throw. Oh my god, SQ staying alive with the air throw. Staying alive.
You see the movement to avoid the minions? The FD, the defense here from SQ. She said, remember, I'm the God Slayer. It's not over. Flip in, plus swing situation. Adventure trying to block this all out. Sword hit, you see that? Oh, the dash cancel.
God,
Adventure not biting.
Build, yeah. I remember what I said, right? You get those kind of rounds like that, it's, oh my god, there. Look at the damage. Look at the damage. Oh. I have to say it again, Cole. I have to say, Ram hits like a truck because you can't dodge Ram, dude. It is just, she is so, God, the damage that she does is ridiculous, dude. Oh my God.
Like a rock. Like a rock. Does the other person get a turn? No. That's the way you should be playing Guilty Gear. Denied, it should be a single-player game from both sides. Adventure, obviously different with his character. He has to send out the minions. But for Ram, it's just the 2 swords to do what they have to do. That risk gauge, correct.
All right, here we go. Back to this neutral over here. Adventure trying to find a way in. No, SQ not going to let Adventure pull out those minions. And here we go. The corner pressure continuing over here from SQ. And you can see Ed really scared to touch a button, letting SQ just get these free dash-ins for the turn stealing. But here comes Ed, has the corner position.
Deletes the minion and gets the last hit. Yo, the defense, SQ is getting better and better. They're starting to weather a lot of these minion situations and having better round starts, disallowing Ed from getting set up. Like, you don't got a permit, bro. I'm sorry. You can't put up your stuff here.
And you saw SQ delay that third jumping punch in the air just to see if they could convert when they landed, but didn't quite get it. Adventure trapped in the corner. SQ saying, how do you like this? You see how this feels here, Jacko players? When you're stuck in the corner like this, look at that wrist gauge.
Oh, that's correct. The biggest damage. Piece of back throw. Oh, Adventure still in this. YRC to take the turn back. Get some distance. SQ. Still so dangerous, all the health and the damage that could come through. All it takes is one good counter hit. Back to mid-screen.
Here we go. You've got them. Look at that meter gain down there. The minions, always a new minion. Always went in there and has another bar for super, but finds the way to escape. However, back in here, using the meter for the RC to get the trap again.
Minions in. All clips him from behind. Unfortunate. SQ, she's caught in the corner of the dust. That's it! Adventure now. Set point.
The dust actually caused a wall splat, so there was no opportunity for SQ to get a burst out. It was just instant splat into death. But look at this! Not damage again from Ramlethal! Oh my god!
Yo, check the rest. She almost dead. Careful now. Adventure gotta find a way to survive in this corner. Yeah, I like the RC actually getting a button off. A counter hit. Yo, the corner carry.
Yeah, off the dash cancel, and you know what? You're in the corner now, but the minions are gone. So so Adventure playing back a little bit, thought that SQ was gonna land on the other side, because I certainly did as well. Got hit, but here we go. The pressure. Ooh, scared on the cancel from the standing H. Doesn't matter. SQ gets a hit, stays alive. It's 2-2.
I'm sorry, Nitro. My bad. I'm gonna pull back what I said. My bad. My bad, Nitro. You right. You're right. My bad, Nitro. My bad. But on God though, SQ kind of. She's in the kitchen. What is she cooking? Chat. What is she cooking? She said Adventure's on the menu. She said I already had breakfast, lunch, you dinner. I'm the winner. SQ might be taking out another god.
Oh man, you can't give Nitro that much rope, man.
I'm my back. See, man. I think what I said then.
Oh man, here we go. Now back throwing the minions here. We've got the corner position. Nice 5K to take out the minion and check the dashing Jacko. But here comes Adventure. Gets the, look at this, the kickball into the corner. We on the playground right now. We're in elementary school during recess. Kickball against the wall.
Tag, you're in. If I get that hit, it's going to hurt. Try to get something off that side switch. Actually stays in front with the mix, but SQ blocking. They about to be dropping the dust. That's it. Adventure again on set point.
Woo. So in other words, if Adventure wins this, you're going back at Nitro, right? This is the OS, right?
Yeah. This is definitely the OS. Until someone's put the rest.
There's a sweep into the minion to bounce Ramlethal over Jacko's head to get the corner position. There's the tap dust. Gets the burst out of SQ. Oh.
But this is fine. Minion kick, minion kick. Into the dust. All the minions, Despicable Me, about to make this free. Adventure about to go up 3. Just one good conversion counter hit. SQ has to deny that. Can they do so? Jump 5K.
Okay, PRC is the standing H. But here we go. Oh my God, just off the minion. Adventure putting a stop to SQ, and sure enough, the two players that I've been talking about and how good they've been playing, SQ and Tempest, both of them running into the walls that are known as UMISHO and Adventure. And UMISHO and Adventure are the winners finals that we are going to get here at Series E.
Nitro punching his pillow right now, elbowing his drywall, kicking the door. You can't say nothing, Nitro. But no, honestly, Adventure played that spectacularly. Like, honestly, good corner pressure, take advantage of every situation, it felt like. And again, for most of the game, it felt like if I have a good round start, I'm going to get my win because I can keep this person in the corner. Not for nothing, SQ has some fantastic ways out and about. And had a good just amount of pressure to, like, if, you know, there's a stagger, I'm going to find a counter off a far slash, and I'm going to find my way out of the corner. Had a lot of good build up on their sides too as well. We saw the risk gauge all Soldier Boy cranked, but it wasn't enough to stop the adventure of Ed, as you said, moving on to fight UMISHO.
So there you go, and we have our winners finals set. But let's throw over to Yeso and see if he's even still alive after watching these crazy matches. Yeso, are you there? Are you there?
They were doing CPR on me about a minute ago, James, to try and get me back up there. I will say, Cola, you were right. SQ was cooking, but the problem is Game 5, Adventure rolled in with the fire extinguisher, put out all the flames, and ended the run on the winner's side there. And I also want to note, right, talk about SQ going through Hotashi and Razzo, two really strong and talented players there to get to the set with Adventure and ultimately not getting through this one. Do have to note, Adventure getting through Diaphone and Newmanheimer, two also very talented players. And I have to note that we were talking earlier about Tempest with those back-to-back 3-0s. This is 3 sets in a row that Adventure has gone a full 5 games and has won all 3 of them now with this win up against SQ and heading now into winners finals in a set that would likely have to go a full 5 games if you're going to beat UMISHO, because we know how talented she is, and of course just went 5 games up against Tempest on the other side of the winners semifinal. So Adventure with their work cut out for them, but the nice thing that we've seen so far today is in the games that have mattered most, Adventure has come out on top and is looking very strong today. This is going to be a guaranteed top 3 for finish for Adventure, one of the best performances we've seen from him so far this season. And now the question is, how high can you go tonight? Can you take this set against UMISHO? I think it's certainly possible. Adventure's Jacko is looking really, really clean so far today, and now it's just going to be really fun to watch the run to the finish. So hats off on that one. Really quick, let's take a look at how things are shaking out on the loser side, because that's where really things are developing big time right now. Since we last checked in, we've had quite a few sets coming through. Newmanheimer and Razzo matching up in losers round 3. That ends up being a win for Newmanheimer. You can see it right there, 3-1. On the other side of that losers round 3, Darkrai and Marvelo. And we were talking about Marvelo earlier, right? In that first round set up against Mfcr, taking that win, but ultimately fell to UMISHO in losers round 2 in a 3-0 set, has kept things rolling because not only beats Darkrai there, also took out Solstice the round before in a full 5-game set, and is now matched up against SQ. So as you can see it right there, SQ and Marvelo, they're going to have to duke it out. Newmanheimer and Tempest, we actually just got a result for there. You can see it. Newmanheimer taking the 3-1 there. So SQ and Marvelo right now duking it out for that final spot in top 4. That should be a fun set, but we'll check back in, of course, on that side of the bracket when we have that one decided. So we'll have that other set, Newmanheimer versus the winner, coming up very soon. But we'll have winners finals before we do that. We're headed to a quick break right now. When we come back, it's the run to the finish, folks. We're getting close to crowning another Series E champion here tonight, so don't go far. We'll be back in just a few.
Welcome back to another edition of Series E of Series E, Guilty Gear Strive. We're in Season 3. You know what it be. It's your boy St. Cole on the mic, joined with James tonight. We have had some fantastic fights, but we are in Winners Finals. Who do we have battling it out?
Well, I had been talking about how SQ and Tempest have been looking nigh unstoppable. Well, they were both stopped. And so winners finals we have is actually going to be UMISHO versus Adventure. And Adventure, I've always said, has always done really well here on Series E. I don't think Adventure's won one yet. Has he won a Series E event yet? I'm not sure, so. But, would love to see it happen. Would love to see it happen.
I mean, but it's a hard one right here. This has been an eternal problem for Ed in terms of matchup spread. I feel like the two biggest ones that he has talked about were Ram, which he just defeated, but now Happy Chaos. So you got your work cut out for you today to get that winning side Ram finals position. But to be glistening, you gotta be fighting against the likes of Umi, who we have seen have so many looks on defense, offense, and right now you are seeing winners finals Umi versus Adventure. People tweet it out, let people know what's going on. We got some hot action out here, Guilty Gear style. We're gonna be here for a while. Let's get it.
Here we go. Two characters that are so oppressive once they start getting going, and it is so hard to defend against either of these characters. But Happy Chaos is a character who's pretty oppressive almost just from round one fight, let's go, or heaven or hell, let's duel, and it's just scary from that point forward. So nice YRC there from UMISHO, but right back at you, and guess what? Here we go, important throw, and you see the delay right there with the minions to keep it the left-right mix-up over there. Was trying to push UMISHO in, trying to put UMISHO into the corner, but UMISHO getting out, as you can see.
Shimmy with a gun, 2D for some fun, reloads. Make sure you have everything stocked. Unfortunately, out of bullets, but not out of options. That's the super, and that's going to seal it. Umi with the first W.
There you go, Adventure having a really good sequence right in the middle of there, but then UMISHO finding her way out, getting the hit, confirmed into the super, taking round number one.
What an IB. Again, the defensive things from Umi have been so good.
Okay, here we go. Both of these characters have the ability to just kind of slump you in the corner. Oh, no, too far away! He blocked the YRC, but didn't get the punish, was too far away, was a little too aggressive with that punish, I think. Tried to go for something too big.
Shots from the Glide. Only a few bullets. Actually, reloads enough to have 4. Gets a side switch, but Adventure was ready and steady with that throw side switch. Get the mix, get the hit. Burst. Umi believes they can finish it.
Wow, yeah, and you know what? I have seen Umi go for so many hero bursts in the past, and how many times they have paid off and actually worked out just like that. Going back to initial launch Happy Chaos strats of shooting you from afar, and UMISHO taking game number one.
To be fair, when you have no health to play with, and no real way to kind of cut through the neutral a little bit with it. Like, it makes sense to see those shots from a distance. And it's still a very strong option. She puts you in that situation, and you have to deal with it. We've seen it time and time again throughout this tournament. We've seen it every time she comes on the screen. It's a good, I think, strategy of wind down that health and then in the round with the shots of the Glock of the heavy addition. Umi with the first W. This is, I'm going to say it's looking dark for Adventure just yet, but they got to get that momentum going to phone like now. You do not want to get Umi on 2 games up.
Right, exactly. And you want to prove to yourself that you can definitely take UMISHO out. And so there we go, using that far H to try to get in there. Attacking with the minions while Jacko's staying up in the air. But again, anytime Jacko gets hit, you lose all your minions. And being able to be shot from a screen away makes this fight really difficult. And
that BRC? Are you kidding me to get that? Nah, you are cracked for that one, Umi.
Oh my goodness. And here we go. Back to the corner here. Back to this pressure. Okay. Oh, burst baited out. Okay, here we go. Got the damage this time. Are we going to get all the way corner? Yeah, pressure here. Don't want to set up some aggression right there. You're going to use the RC to get in there. No more meter, so no BRC, no YRCs. Also, no bursts for UMISHO. UMISHO has to hold this. Here we go. Just going in there. Finally gets the open up through the wall, and Adventure taking that round.
Nice corner pressure taking Umi down, and that again is testament to how good Adventure is and layering on that offense. And Umi, as you pointed out, had no defensive tactics right now. Getting that knockdown just to get some concentration going for him after the stank, the 2D. 2S, but not finding anything off of that though. Gets the gun whip, unleashes the few of the bullets, gets a wall stick actually, and the super.
Yeah, as well as getting in that She-Hulk perfume over there. Glowing green over here. And here we go. Oh, too far for the burst. Baited out just like that. UMISHO does indeed go up 2-0. This is now where Adventure really has to pull through. Or is UMISHO just going to continue her reign of terror here in Guilty Gear?
I want to prophesize my man's demise, but Adventure's got to find something different. This game is not working out for him so far. He does have the Anji, but I don't know if Anji would even be better in these situations. Anji would pop up way more damage, so the exchanges would be a lot better. But getting in and getting aggressive would be, I think, a little bit harder. I think the mix definitely helps out against the likes of, even if a character like, or someone like Umi has great innate defense, their character doesn't have great defense unless they get like a defensive mash. So we're going to see him go to the Anji. Hey, I ain't the pro player, so let's see what he's got. Maybe I'm a fool.
I mean, look, like I said, one of the things. Hang on. Oh, okay. They're just gonna let it rock. They're gonna let it rock here. Okay. I think UMISHO was a little bit asleep at the wheel at first here. But, I mean, look, if you're going up against Happy Chaos, you'll take every advantage that you can get. Here we go, butterfly mix-ups. Yep, that's plus. Got him. Too far away, though, for the hit. BRC gets in there, but the roll through to the other side, it's so easy for Happy Chaos sometimes to get out of the corner because you can cover yourself with those gunshots all the time. And here we go. Gets the wall splat here. Gonna send him through the wall. Anji, however, with one of the highest guts. So,
Japanese guts.
Yeah, gonna survive through that. I mean, that's part of the story, right? Everyone from Japan is like super powerful. That's why Mei can lift and swing anchors, right? That's oh, you're not gonna get the free punch follow-up plus frames.
Air to air, are you kidding me? Just being aware of deleting that plus frame option, one of the rare ones that he has, to be honest. And Ed trying to get a way in. It's not looking too good, though. Off the low, Nagiha, red RC, corner carry. Go. Jump D, doubling down with it.
Ooh, there we go. Just catching with a bunch of umbrellas over here. Stayed in the front here, but goes for the throw. Now here comes the pressure. Bounce, yep. Multiple overheads in a row. Gets the hit. Yeah, RC to bait out the YRC, and now takes out the burst from Adventure. What a back throw.
Oh, another throw. Adventure still in the game. Cortez does. Yo, the RC, now it's your turn to get mixed. I'm going to get my hit. Goes for the low. Has the follow too as well. Adventure, a little greasier.
Nice. The fake RC the fake tap dust into the RC fast cancel low. Nicely done. That was so nice.
It's a break.
But UMISHO, not scared, not worried. Big life lead right now. Adventure's got to do something massive over here, using the slowdown to be able to reload for free in your face.
Got shots again. Oh, heavy addition. Oh, the concentration YRC, but still that's a punish, and that means Umi is going to move 3-0 over Adventure in the winner's side grand finals with a perfect KO. There you go.
Yeah, no chance right there. I'm surprised. I thought Adventure might have tried to go for the counter super in there in the middle of a gap or something like that. That might have not had any gaps at all, actually. And I think SQ has messed with Happy Chaos in the past, and I know she just raided, so thank you, SQ, and maybe she can confirm if that was a true block string sequence or not. But I don't remember if I think SQ messed with them before, but I don't remember. But in any case, UMISHO taking it over Adventure 3-0 just like that. And UMISHO in grand finals in a position she is so familiar with.
You know, I know a lot of people are real tight about Happy Chaos and this character. However, you don't have to see him on the screen right now. You're going to see Nago. You see Chip. See who gets it. Newmanheimer versus Marvelo. In round start, already getting into this character. I think that Chip has some good things against this character. Far slash if it's whip, he gets the hit. And 2S being more whip punishable and easier to deal with. It's the button you cannot present against the likes of Chips too often. But all it takes is the one shot to make him drop. The likes of Nago only needs a few hits to really kill Chip. That's saying something.
Yeah, and again, Newmanheimer is so strong. Got sent to loser's bracket a little bit early here, but working his way all the way through this bracket, trying to get through. This is losers. Is this loser? Yeah, this is loser semis. This is loser semis. Yes, here we go. Ooh. But look at this. Here we go. Marvelo maybe tried to bait out a burst with that RC right there. But Newmanheimer definitely wasn't going to spend that burst right there. Was so close to death. I mean, honestly, it's Nago versus Chip. There's really no hero burst in this matchup for Nago.
Really, yeah. You're just going to die. That's just how it is. Look at this. The DP fades away from 2H play. You definitely can't burst in that situation. Newmanheimer knows it. In for the bite, the midnight snack from Count Black. That's a wrap.
Oh, man. Newmanheimer tying it up 1 round apiece. Let's see if Marvelo here can get any of this offense going, but that's just the thing is when you're Chip and you're, oh boy, we almost got some Phoenix on Phoenix play from Marvel 3 right there. Got the clashes back to back.
6H, RCs to put a little bit of mix on it with the 2S 5H, but Marvelo not biting. However, he cannot get clipped with a counter hit. 5H counter would be it, too far for the bite, makes it safe and solid with the RC, tries to find a whip punish, but Newmanheimer retracted just in time. Ooh, a 2S. Even with the bull bar boosted, that's so strange. James.
That button is good. That button's all right.
It's still
it's
good.
Okay. It's all right.
Still good.
It's okay. It's okay. Oh, man. But there you go. That's Chip life right there. And, you know, that's the thing that's so scary about it is because when you use Chip, you have to be so brave when you fight against a character like Nago. I refer back to Clockwork, who used to do so much damage with Strider in Marvel. Strider, like Chip, was a character that melted so fast. And, you know, Marvel, everybody does damage because the combos are ridiculous in that game. So any wrong move with Strider would be death, but Clockwork had to play with absolute no fear, and that's how he was able to succeed with that character. And you gotta do the same. You have to have the same mentality when you're playing Chip in this game. If you're fighting
100%.
against Nago, you just have to go in and do your thing, and if you play scared because of the damage, you're never gonna succeed. And we see this from Marvelo. Look like
the backdash. Oh, nice punish right there. He was aware, has the palms on him. 6H and the alpha play just to seal the deal to make sure the job is done. That's one, the side of Marvelo. And I agree, you gotta be able to have that mentality of I'll have bound rounds, maybe bad games, but if I can keep that pressure going forward, they need to be feeling the same way. Don't let him play.
Oh, and speaking of, look at this damage that's going. Oh, did he try to OS something? He OS'd the backdash?
Using the super to hit the DP? That is nasty.
Oh, was that a DP? Was that a DP that he got him?
It was a DP Marvelo did, and Newmanheimer clipped that before it even came through. Insane.
Oh, God. Oh, you didn't need half your life. 94 seconds. You didn't need half your life. Oh. There we go, the sweet.
Look at RC mixes that are coming from Newmanheimer. Clips him with a low. And another one, this time for the bloody spin. That's a perfect situation.
I swear Beyblade is like a gravity squeeze. It just hits the whole screen. It's like you spin and then just like everything dies. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Oh, man.
He's good. Newmanheimer's good. Marvelo, not done yet, though. I still feel like even though we just saw perfect, there's still things that Marvelo knows that you can do to make this a little bit better. And you just have to, I feel like, keep putting that pressure on Newmanheimer in these weird angles where he can't always get close slash, he can't always 6P and things like that. Marvelo can still play his game. And when Marvelo gets that momentum, he's really hard to stop. He's that type of player. If he gets momentum, it's damn near impossible. But Newmanheimer's doing a good job of stopping that before it happens. Hold on now. Burst puts him in the corner.
And Newmanheimer with those whiff OSs on that 5K, you see, he throws out that 5K and he's always canceling it into something even from far. And so if nothing gets hit, it doesn't cancel. But if Marvelo dashes into it, he gets the free combo off of that 5K.
Pick up with the dust, puts the palms on him, doesn't get the 6H, backs off immediately. I like that from Marvelo. Don't let
Nice
it win.
block
You might
on the
get
overhead.
Hit. Yup.
Ooh, got him. Counter hit. Damage here. Not going to be enough to kill. He had already autopiloted into that follow-up, so it wasn't going to kill. Oh my gosh, is he dead? He's dead. He's dead. He's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim. Oh. Doesn't even have to go for the full super animation. Ugh.
I'm so sorry. I said, yo, just simply get in these situations where you can't anti perfectly. Close slash still did what it had to do to get the anti-air. Like, ooh.
Right. Here we go. Marvelo with the pressure, with the clone suit, with Chip's clone. There it is. Continuing forward. All right. This is looking strong here for Marvelo, but again, this is Nago you're talking about. One hit and you can just be instantly deleted here. Okay, there we go. There's one counter hit. That's one hit, one mix-up. YRC, good block, but still buttons on the way down. Baiting out the burst, but Newmanheimer is definitely not going to burst in that situation.
Yeah, he's going to hold it for this possible final round right here for Newmanheimer, or Marvelo might move on. He's got burst 2 as well. 5K starter. This is where we're going, to the corner. Fukios in 2S, 5H. Build bar all boosted up. Marvelo gets those hits. It's going to hurt a lot more, but it's not going to hurt if he doesn't get anything. Burst to get some distance. Marvelo needs to do something. Gets clipped with a 5K. The super.
But that's not what he meant to do. It's like I said, he's been trying to do that into the Beyblade all the time. We saw that earlier. He's doing the whiff OS, but somehow I think he accidentally hit forward in a button and it came out as the super instead. So definitely an execution error. But again, I don't think Newmanheimer is too bothered. Oh, he had the burst to keep himself alive. Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that would have been big trouble.
He's doing this, trying to get a way in without getting clipped, but the 5K will connect. That is it for Marvelo. Newmanheimer taking down the Chip Master with a 3-0. Dang.
You are definitely able to win with that kick, because that, we should just call that the can kick right there, dude, because it can defeat everything. And he's just kicking, he's dancing, he's looking like a rocket out there, just with just sticking out that leg all day, man. Ugh.
Part of that, obviously 5K was fantastic with this match, but I did like the bar usage overall from the likes of Newmanheimer. We saw a lot of mixes with it, changed up what he was doing with the 2S and in the 5H and stuff like that. And we talked about how 2S is more whip punishable, is more problematic for that character, so you have to be careful. And that definitely helps if you put some bar on it, makes it a little bit more ambiguous. So good stuff for Newmanheimer. Moving on, and now getting a challenge. Adventure. And if I'm not mistaken, Adventure, remember, was the one who reverse 3-0'd Newmanheimer and sent Newmanheimer to loser's bracket. So this is a rematch here. We got a rematch between Adventure and Newmanheimer. Who is going to make it out of here this time? I don't know. This is difficult because the way Adventure played to make the comeback made it difficult for Newmanheimer to be solid on defense, which he was making some good reads. But however, Adventure off to a fantastic start this round, going down. Losers finals. We get some Jacko versus Nago.
Ooh, snuck in there with the 2D. Actually beat the 6P from Nago. And here we go. We've got minion boosted here. Yep, you see, you take... there you go. Once he gets that minion boost super up, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like you just let go of the controller and let yourself die if
Just
you're
like,
in the corner
what
already.
do I do?
Yeah, it's just like, it's all inevitable at that point in time.
Come on, life alert. Falling, I can't get up. And then when let me get up. Look at this pressure. Minion kick. The trade, fantastic. And then Minion follow up the dust. One more good sequence will seal it. Newmanheimer, gotta be careful. Round start 2S. Or I should say transition start 2S.
Yeah, and here we go. Here's the damage. God, look at this. Into the super. Now, this shouldn't kill. If this kills, I'm going to go home. But like, this shouldn't kill. Yeah, it's going to be close, though. Just needs one more mix-up here. But Adventure has the RC here. He has the meter. Oh, no! He went for the YRC. He tried to use the meter for the YRC and got blocked and punished. Oof.
Newmanheimer getting with the bloody spin. That's a good option. As soon as you see the clone with the hands up, has a way to immediately get a counter hit and stop Adventure from putting that pressure on. 5H, Fukio's in. BP. Don't press the ding button. Careful now, Adventure.
Ooh. Actually went through that whole entire /// chain. But you can't cancel that whole throw OS. Actually, he threw into the RC, and that's why you saw it. Oh my God, the range on that was ridiculous. You're dead. Oh wait, no,
He's
no,
busted.
you're not dead yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, instant overhead. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
What can you do? Newmanheimer gets the first W, and woof. That corner pressure from Newmanheimer looking a lot better than what we saw previously. I thought he was winning more in the mid-range game last time, if my brain rot don't hamper me too much. But it felt like he was winning a lot more in the mid-range. But now it seems like he has really good lockdown with the corner pressure. The clone is helping out for the plus frames, locking them down. Good 5H usage. And he stays at a range where you saw where the far slash Rekka whipped the last hit. 2D did not get the clip. Unfortunately, 2D was not able to get the counter hit to let Adventure get going. So... it's looking kind of hard right now for Adventure.
Yeah, early burst for Adventure now. But remember, he did come back from being down 0-2 and taking it. But Newmanheimer obviously making the adjustments over here. So, you know, it's going to be an interesting one. If Newmanheimer goes up 2-0 again, maybe Adventure can make the counter adjustments and somehow find a way to sneak through Newmanheimer again. Otherwise, we are going to get the UMISHO Newmanheimer Grand Finals.
Could be that way. It's a super. We'll get. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
Damage. And again, I mean, what was blood gauge at? I didn't see, but that might have only happened because of the balance changes to Nago, right? He probably would have lived normally.
The haters got their wish. This is what y'all wanted. But again, it's a good change. You have to really be looking out for your blood bar. But you're still rewarding yourself fantastic normal, so. Newmanheimer getting opened up. This is unfortunate. Adventure getting through the door.
Oh, what the heck? What was that?
What?
Was that the
Hello?
DP follow-up that just like, hit like 7,000 miles away?
Brother Newmanheimer, you were a demon for that one. But it's still over. Adventure with the red RC. Is he going to find a follow-up? Is it the minion? Never mind.
He drops it. He drops it. Oh, no.
He's going to bust.
Oh, but he's still safe. He's still safe. It's still scary. He swings. You should... Can you not punish that? I guess not.
You had to do something. It looked like... Yeah, the bar, the bond protection. No real way to stave off that chip. And so he went for the super immediately just to have an option if Adventure was lacking. It's lacking. Unfortunately, Adventure hands up like a pack of Legos, blocking it all out. Now we're 1-1. Good stuff.
Oh, man. Whew. Okay. Yeah, so there we go. Adventure tying it up 1-1. And I guess in the first set, are people saying it wasn't going down 0-2? I can't remember now. But regardless, it is 1-1 here right now. Adventure tying it up against Newmanheimer. This is definitely a good set, just like the last one.
5K immediately to delete the minion off the table. I like these options every so often, but there we see more of the shield coming through from Adventure. I'm not sure if that was buffed, but I like that option just to delete some of the normals off the table of Adventure.
Just dropping the minion right away. You see Adventure's really leaning on the defense of the minions, you know, the defensive option. Obviously, you can make them attack or produce the shield for the guard break situation. And he was just going shield, 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 shield. And here we go, Newmanheimer's at level 2, gets away from the command throw, but the air throw finds its hit mark, and look at the damage on that!
Look at that bite. Oh, YRC. Okay. Nice and easy walk-up throw, sets up the minion for the side switch, bad situation. Adventure.
Yeah. You drop that minion, and you air dash over, and you can either go for the cross-up or activate the minion, and the minion hits from front. So even though you're instant air dashing over, it is a left-right mix-up, and Newmanheimer got caught by that one, thought Adventure was going to go for the cross-up.
80% of the time, it's still a mix. Doesn't matter. That's still a precision. I'm going to deal with it if it's a one-shot 2D knockdown, or actually, I should say, just gets a corner carry off this combo. Adventure doing the most to put them in the corner where he's been working. 6H, clipped him at the tip. And look at this. That's enough to do it. How did he be falling for extra damage? Bro, that 6H was godlike. Delayed the minion, clipped him with the counter hit. Woo.
What happened? Jacko just disappeared. Newmanheimer, we call him the magician. He makes his opponents disappear, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh. And here we go. Abra Cadabra. Ugh.
All right. Bite. And that's it. I can't believe that did enough damage, but that was a perfect KO from Newmanheimer. And he's back in business. Hands it 2-10 on the wheel. And really, now we're seeing more of the things that Newmanheimer likes to do. He's a big command grab heavy sort of Nago from what I've seen. So now, if he's able to get that going and flowing, he's looking too comfortable. You gotta shake it up more. Easier said than done, though, against like Nago with that fantastic neutral.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, Newmanheimer, as we said, you know, one of the brightest stars coming into Guilty Gear in terms of newcomers in 2022, really establishing himself as one of the best in the country. Maybe try to bait out an early burst from Ed, but didn't happen there. Oh, the fast cancel, yeah, into the 2S.
Yup.
And
talk about that.
Oh, he is so trapped in the corner right now. Cannot get out of there. The Beyblade back-to-back perfects for Newmanheimer. Is he going to try to go for the hat trick here, perhaps? Okay, not going to happen here.
It's looking a little dark for Adventure. As soon as they say that, hold on now. He's keeping the neutral in the lock, 6P. And Newmanheimer trying to find a way in. Every so often with the full kills, up in the backdash, scope in the corner.
Counter hit kick. Counter hit kick gets the burst out of Newmanheimer. But that's good. That's good. That means he's got nothing to save himself here for the rest of this round. Should be able to get another burst in round 3, though, because I think we're going to need that round 3 for sure. Because look at this. I was right. 3 perfects in a row. It's just the third one was for Adventure.
There we go. However, Newmanheimer still in that set point situation. Might see it happen when Newmanheimer moves over, but Adventure can just looking for these better round start situations where he can just start getting everything going and flowing and set up shop with the minions and change up the timings where it's not so easy to 6P.
Oh, you see him trying to push him into the corner with those minions. Has to back up a little bit to get that minion meter out. Oh, missed. Both of them RC to get out of there. The 2D is going to find its hit. And here we go. Minions are out there, and this is going to do a ton of damage if he can keep this combo going long enough. Yes, it should be able to kill. Brilliant use of the RC to extend the combo to have the blood drain, more life, 1 hit. That's it right there. So Adventure tying it up 2-2.
This might be the return of the Mac. Adventure. Saw him in the chat. He was like, I turn to dust when I fight Happy Chaos. I see him say that about Nago. That's all I'm saying. What we're saying right here is game point for both players. Losers finals to move on to Grands to fight Umi.
Here's the thing, if you're UMISHO right now, you just 3-0'd Adventure. So I'm sure Umi might want to see Adventure, take this one instead of going up against Newmanheimer here. Again, it's not that, it's the matchup problem, right? Because like I said, Jacko just has so much trouble against Happy Chaos. So if you're a Happy Chaos player, you probably would rather see the Jacko. Oh, did he activate the bomb? Oh, I thought he activated the minion bomb.
I heard it, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice whip punish though on the 2D, unfortunately whip, but doesn't get the bite. Now Adventure really playing to the same tune that Newmanheimer is, and that's the W, bro. Adventure back to the break. That was about to be set point Newmanheimer. Now it's Adventure.
Adventure
in the kitchen.
Took a sip of that vitamin water, dude, getting that energy. Oh, never mind. Newmanheimer says, you know what? No, I'm going to take you out at this point. But remember, Adventure is fighting for those partnership points. But Newmanheimer deleting again with another perfect. So it's final game. Final round.
Let's see what's going down. James, this could go to the limit or Newmanheimer could delete that health. It's a battle of if Adventure can get set up, especially up in the corner. And this is why we see the side switch. It still has a minion right there to cover the approach to Dust. Trying to get that 2D. Unfortunately, the clone coming through. Caught the backdash, the far slash, all the way in that ass. Careful of the bite. It was a setup.
Fast cancel into the close slash. Just such a good button just outside of the range. Oh, what? Delaying his air movement right here. We got the corner position here. This is huge. And he's got the activation. Time to start blocking. Are you going to burst? Yes. That's what I figured was going to happen right there, because otherwise that was KO.
Oh, he waited for the bite. That's good night, Newmanheimer.
There it is.
Adventure.
Adventure was so aware of Newmanheimer's blood. I was wondering why he wasn't going in, because he knew the burst was coming. Great awareness and, you know, keeping track of his opponent's blood gauge. Adventure is back in grand finals, second place, getting that sponsor power up. He wants those sponsor points. Remember, not only is money on the line, but if you're a partnered player, you also get those points. And Adventure wants to keep his sponsorship, and he is going to get at least 40 points today.
That's quite a bit, but the job's not done. You still need one more. And actually, I should say 2 more. You have to win 2 sets if you're Adventure, because you're on the loser side. Twice to make it nice, but Umi only needs 1 to get it done. That's our grand finals all solidified, and it kind of tells the tale of the tapes when it comes to this patch. Yes, the top tiers out here. The top level players are still top players, but the other characters can interact more. They can still fight back more, and we're going to see even more variety as we go through all of these sets. If y'all remember, the very first Series E that we had after the patch, obviously it was like day literally 1 or 2 or whatever, was Diaphone winning it with Bridget. We've seen Leo, and now we might be seeing Jacko. But anyway, let's get it. It's Season 3, Grand Finals, Umi versus Adventure. Ed on that Jacko, and
Yeah,
Umi
going
on
back
that
to the
Happy
Jacko.
Chaos.
Yeah, not going to try the Anji again. Going to stick with the Jacko over here. But like I said, hardest part about this is that even if I'm not mistaken, even when Jacko blocks, she loses the minions. And so that's that gunshot causes so much hazard for Jacko. But here we
The
go.
back
Corner.
though
Yeah,
happened
and here
because
we
of the
go.
lack of concentration.
Activation, yeah, and Jacko can still do Jacko things to Happy Chaos in the corner. You get him in that mix-up, and it's the end, but there's that 5P anti-air from UMISHO.
Back in the corner you go. Yo, you thought you could get that heavy shot? Soon as he saw the stance, he went for the backdash out of there. Again, defense down into offense. Umi getting pieced up with the sarcophagus.
How much damage is... Oh my god!
A lot.
That did so much damage!
Not even a number, it's a lot.
I wasn't even expecting it to do that damage. Oh my god! Was this wrist gauge up? I didn't see. Oh, there's the cross-up roll, but gets the burst from Ed. Gets in there, shoots the minion and Jacko at the same time. Runs in there, gets the tap dust, has more bullets. 3 bullets now. And there's that roll
Side
again.
switch.
Oh,
Yo, bursting the YRC, just get some distance, and this is good. This is again where Umi would like to have all that range where they can play their game. Can I get a dash up, or I'll stay long range with it? Whatever be the case right here, Ed is in a bad position. Still 2 more bullets in. The clone stop, and Ed Bishop from coming through the dust.
Run up, tap dust. That's how much you know UMISHO was in Adventure's head. Knew that Adventure was playing super defensive, so she was just able to run up from downtown and then tap dust and then take the win.
That mental stack situation, we talked about that. Puts a stank on it, immediately gets a 2K, gets a throw to as well. Adventure posted up in the corner. There's Umi with the plus frames on the gun whip. Reloads. 2D knockdown, follow up. Oh, the concentration. Second time that's happened. Not the biggest punish though for Adventure.
Right, Adventure though getting something started over here. Gets the minions out, jumps away. Oh no! Oh no! You've got your burst baited, and that'll do it right there. UMISHO. And remember, UMISHO only needs to win one set. If Adventure wants to win this tournament, he actually has to win 2 sets of 3 out of 5. First one to send UMISHO to losers and then be able to eliminate him. So it's a long road already, and UMISHO just confidently taking game number 1. She's trying to take this in speed running fashion right now.
I think it's important. You don't want to let someone like Adventure get that momentum that they had previously. You want to stuff it out right now. Especially we've seen what happens when they get that corner play. It's real nasty. Even the likes of Umi has faltered to it every so often, and it might happen even more so out here. But Umi with the first game. Remember, they're in winter side, as you pointed out. Only a few more to go.
What? Was that a whip punish with 5S from UMISHO? That was ridiculous. Right, here we go. Ooh, okay, got the burst out of Adventure and then immediately gets knocked down again. Immediately thrown into a safe jump corner situation. Immediately through the wall. Oh, UMISHO, round number 1.
Duel 2.
Looking a little too strong right now in these round start situations that Adventure would like to have again. Stops him from coming in. And Adventure would, again, like to get these good round starts, put him in the corner, get that win condition going and flowing, but it's not happening. Umi with the mix, goes for the low. The pickup too as well. Burst, but that's a hero one. And God willing, Umi's a villain. Trying to get that RC follow up, but Adventure a little bit too ready and steady.
I mean, it's crazy right now because obviously Happy Chaos is one of Jacko's worst matchups. But if you wanted a counter pick, is there anybody who actually has a winning matchup over Happy Chaos? I don't think so,
no.
Right? Happy Chaos goes even at worst.
Yeah, even as far as you get. Honestly, if you want to be Happy Chaos, you pick Happy Chaos. You want to go 5-5? You could go like maybe Chip, maybe Nago, maybe I'm not sure. But I'm sure Umi's on game point right now.
If you pick Happy Chaos versus Happy Chaos, at least you've guaranteed that Happy Chaos loses, right? I mean, that's true. That's just all it comes down to at this point in time. So I like Bill Hicks saying that Alt F4 beats Happy Chaos pretty well. So
Bridget might counter him. I gotta see how that operates. That still feels like it might be difficult. I know Bridget got a lot of buffs that might help out in some ways, but right now it's ride or die until the possible reset. Adventure with the Anji. I feel like this might be too late in the game, but we'll see. And I try to prophesize no demise.
Oh, goes for the low option, but the burst from UMISHO finds its mark. There's that roll to the others. That being able to roll and shoot like that is just. It's so tough to defend against because literally Happy Chaos can do it at any point in time.
Yeah.
It's just like you have to defend against this all day with all these crazy jumping things and then all of a sudden roll through shot and it's too fast. You can't see it. You just can't see it.
Plus frames on the gun whip. Adventure. Look again, go for the aerial addition, but unfortunately missed. 5P, the DP right here, Cope gets a knockdown. Counter hit, overhead, red RC, you're dead. Adventure.
Wow, all right, Adventure, I see you with the comeback here. Okay. It's like Green Hill says in the chat, reverse 3-0, too easy, right? That's what we're expecting here. Oh, tap dust combos again. And see, that's what I mean. You have to look for tap dust into gunshot. You have to look for roll into gunshot. You have to look for just pressure in the gunshot. And it's just like you just don't have the mental stack to deal with that whole entire thing.
If your character doesn't really have like good ways to reverse that, it might be looking peak. And right now, it's looking real dark for Adventure. One touch, we'll see how they deal. The dash up throw will do it. That is the most disrespectful way to end that round. You could have any way going down, but the dash up throw to really put that on Adventure like this is over, my friend. Adventure has to route this back now, obviously, because it's set point, Umi.
Right, trying to keep this corner position. Adventure does have one round, just needs the one round to be able to take this game. Ah, you see right there, it just goes for the Fujin into nothing because UMISHO was waiting to see what the follow-up is going to be so you can get away with things like that. But here comes UMISHO, has the corner. Wow, chases down the back dash from Adventure.
Yeah, and now with the corner carry, things are getting scary. And gonna hit him with the super. Japanese guts will allow him to stay alive for a little bit longer. But it's one more good guess if you check the bar at the bottom to put Adventure to rest. Trying to get the RC, 2P, but RC, hold on now. Adventure says, I'm not dead yet.
But UMISHO does have a burst available. Nice, look at this little lockdown in the corner, gets the hit. Is UMISHO gonna go for the burst? Oh, yeah, there it is, right there. You have to, this is the last round. So UMISHO gets that, but concentration super. Time to go back to launch Happy Chaos and just try to chip you to death. You see him use up all that meter to block all these shots.
How do you get through this?
Chip damage, spin the win, spin the win. It didn't happen.
Umi is your winner of this week's Guilty Gear Strive Series E tournament in the nastiest fashion. Chip, no dip. What happened here at this party?
Oh man, and yeah, Adventure didn't go for the little twirl thing, but I don't know if the twirl thing would have necessarily helped from a screen away like that. You'll twirl through, you can block after you finish twirling, but you're still stuck in this Happy Chaos bullet hell. UMISHO takes it, takes this tournament without dropping a single set. How many games did UMISHO even lose at all? 3-0 to Adventure. Oh, 3-2 against Tempest. That's right.
Okay.
But 3-0 to Marvelo and 3-1 versus Stealthy. So again, UMISHO in nice dominant fashion.
Hey, listen, I know y'all are hating up on Twitter trying to find any sort of tech with this character that is ridiculous to try to get him, banned. It's not going to happen. They're here to stay. But I'll tell you one thing. There are rare few that play in a way like Umi. To be honest, you're playing to the floor and stuff like that. You're not going to find someone like Umi, and that's why they are continuously winning, and they're back in the driver's seat. Back, actually, the winning seat, because we haven't seen them win a tournament in a bit, but they're proving that they're still deadly with this character.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned it just a little, you hinted at it a little bit there, but hard to find a way to practice against an UMISHO level of Happy Chaos because Happy Chaos is so difficult to play, especially, like I said, the way that UMISHO does, the decisions that she makes. She saves roll into shots sometimes for the, it's like weird. She'll use the roll in the shot and then save tap dust in the shot, or she'll use tap dust in the shot and then save roll in the shot because she's just trying to get you prepared for the wrong thing so that the high-low mix-up turns into the left-right mix-up. And then she finishes the round with run-up and throw because you're so worried about which way to block, and then she gets you with the throw. It's the vortex of Happy Chaos is so strong. I mean, it's better than any other character, including like Milia and Chip, who are supposed to be vortex characters. Happy Chaos is so strong. So
to access
strong.
that, it takes a lot of work. To be honest, it takes a lot of work to access that. It takes a lot of execution. That's why you see Umi being the rare few to actually take tournaments with this character. And once again, it takes a lot of resource management. So that's why she's able to get the win. But congratulations to everybody coming through in the bracket. We've seen fantastic action from all of you. We pushed this game to its highest with the meta, and it just makes me super excited to see what's going to happen at Frosty's for the ARC Revo qualifiers. If this is how y'all are going to play, if this is just like an appetizer, which is more of like a full meal, but if this is just like a little bit of it, we're going to be seeing some sick action. So make sure y'all, or if you haven't, sign up, go out there, tune in when it happens. It's a few weeks, but we're still going to have many weeks and many months of great Guilty Gear Strive play out here. Thank you so much to Series E. Thank you so much to the Esports Arena for putting this on, for giving an arena for these players to play through and show us what's great about this game.
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, just tune in for Frosty Faustings coming up in a few weeks, but keep your eyes peeled here. Follow Esports Arena here so you can watch all of these every single Thursday. But I think that's it for us. Let's throw it to Yeso and get his thoughts on this event, and we'll see you guys later.
Hats off to those two gentlemen. As always, pros on the mic. So James Chen and St. Cola, hats off to you both. Great cast on the day, and UMISHO, I don't know that I have to say much more than that, has been the most dominant player in Series E since the start of Season 2, keeping it rolling here with one of the most impressive finishes we've seen from her, only dropping those 2 games against Tempest in losers semifinal, sweeps across the board otherwise. And, hats off. I love Adventure, and, we've known for a little bit that the Anji has been in his back pocket and didn't like how things shook out in winners finals, switches things up, brings out the Anji here this time around. Unfortunately, not able to get the win here, but Adventure with one of the best placings we've seen from him here in Series E, and that was a hell of a bracket run. A lot of really tough opponents, played a lot of game 5s, won all of those game 5s, and gatekeeping Newmanheimer twice, right? Running into Newmanheimer twice in the bracket, the second time in those losers finals, and being able to pull out the win both times. A really impressive showing here from Adventure, and looking forward to seeing that continued growth, and hoping that maybe if Adventure can get maybe a little more practice in that Happy Chaos matchup, maybe can start turning that against UMISHO here in the near future, and definitely going to be keeping an eye on Adventure going into Frosty Fausti, because I'm as excited about it as everybody else is, and you heard Cola and James talking about it all throughout the show, because it is the major that we're looking forward to the most here in just a couple of weeks, and it's going to be an absolute blast. And of course, we'll see a lot of the players that are here every single Thursday out at Frosty competing for that spot in Arc Revo. So very much cannot wait for that. But to all you folks at home, that is all we have for you here tonight. Congratulations to UMISHO grabbing another Series E title here this Thursday. And of course, we'll have to check in. I don't know where they're at right now, but I'm very curious how things have shaken out in terms of the Series E standings so far this season. We're about, I think, 6 weeks into the season, so going to be a good litmus test to kind of see where everybody's at. So I'll make sure to have those standings for you folks next Thursday, which might be our last bracket pre-Frosty. I believe it will be, so definitely going to be an important little taste test for what we might see at that major coming soon. But my name is Yeso, folks. It's a pleasure, always happy to be here to host for you all. I hope you enjoyed the show and the bracket all day long. But for myself, the entire live broadcast crew, and everybody here at Esports Arena, thank you so much for joining us here tonight, and we'll see you again tomorrow.